Hey Donnie, you okay over there, dude?
Nah, dude, it's allergies.
Can I can I just say, as I see the screen pop up, Sweet Hangs is the name of the show,
Hmm.
and as you're launching Play Some Video Games, have we reached our final form with these podcasts? Play Some Video Games is the ultimate like realization, the best title you could have come up with for any podcast, and Sweet Hangs might have been mine. Like that, those might be the
That
best
might be
ones.
true. I didn't even think about that.
Me
That's got
neither.
a nice ring to it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, like that, we're done
It
now.
kind of, it definitely does feel like this is what we should have been doing.
Yeah, yeah. The whole
Like,
time, like the last
yeah,
like
it's
5 years.
Man, it took a really long time to get here.
I think you're right. Yeah. I've never said that I was fast about really anything. Just overthinking things in the last 5 or 6 years, and yeah, eventually got there. Only took the passing of a friend, and finally for us to come together on it. And even when we were trying to come up with names for this one, we are like bit something, or I don't even know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
names you throw out there.
You know, somebody took the Place in Video Games URL.
Did they really?
I used to own the domain, yeah, and I let it lapse because we never really used it. And I just checked on it when I decided to do this, and it was taken. It redirects to somebody else's website.
Have
And
you
I
have
was
you
like,
talked to Caro lately? Was it her?
no, no, it might have been, but no, I don't think it is. But I thought it was so funny because it was like jokes on him, like we care
Yeah.
about the domain name.
Yeah. I guess not.
Uh,
Oh
PSVG
man.
is just fine with me, right?
I thought that I would represent the Edmonton Oilers after you.
It's nice. I didn't know
after
you were a
pooped on
Houston
them.
Oilers fan.
Yeah, Houston Oilers. Yeah, yeah, they're the ones people think about. It's funny because like this hat that I'm wearing is actually like the one that I like don't like if I'm doing stuff in the yard or whatever, I'll wear this hat. Like if I need to get like if I'm getting sweaty or dirty, whatever.
Really?
And it
A
has
white hat is
I
your
just
go-to.
don't like the hat very much. Like I think that it's
Oh,
very
okay.
plain. Like
I
it's
can
mostly just a
appreciate that.
throwaway kind of.
I bought-
like it's here.
I bought a Cleveland Cavaliers hat when I went to the draft in New Jersey,
Yeah.
and I also just don't like the hat, like the design.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, who cares if we screw this up?
Dev's like hockey jersey and hat. He's gone full Canadian. Yeah, and in the middle
Canadian.
of this, I'm just gonna go hunt some moose on another moose because that's what we use for riding around, dude. This is it. We did it. We're done. This
Did we?
is the end.
It's
I don't
not
know.
the end.
Feels like
It's
the
not
end,
the end.
in a certain way. Well, for some people. For
There
some
is
people,
a
this
part
is
of
the end.
me after I bullied you live on air to just do it monthly. There's a part
Yeah.
of me that thinks that monthly might be really good for the
I
show.
think so too. I wouldn't have agreed to it if I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and maybe on air, maybe I would have been like, sure. And then afterwards, like, hey man, I've been thinking about this afterwards. And I didn't. I'm really looking forward to it. And
Because
also, just what else did unlocks for us to do, or even just the whole
You
health
and I
thing.
recap a lot, like here,
Yeah.
and like almost like setting up like a monthly time, just kind of catch up.
Yeah,
Because
man.
we listen to each other's shows.
Mm-hmm.
It won't feel like we have to stay so far away from those types of things.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll be a better show somehow.
it might be.
I think so. Yeah, monthly's gonna be good. We already yammer on, how many times per week. It's gonna be good. You guys recorded your first Play Some Video Games
We
episode.
did last
I
night.
haven't listened to it yet. I got a little confused because it wasn't on the DLC feed, but I could have
Yeah,
gone to
we
watch it.
we recorded last night because we have to record Empire on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
so we can't record both of them on Wednesday. So I was like, let's get this out of the way. We'll hold it till Wednesday so we can go live.
Yeah.
I don't know how folks are gonna like it, but I got to tell you, I had a fucking blast.
Well, there you
recording
go.
It. It was so much
Nice.
fun recording it. We laughed so much. We had so many jokes.
I-
It felt right at home.
Yeah.
So I was digging it.
The one screenshot you guys shared of,
Yeah.
Delvin's name and Dev's face, your laugh, and then Elaine just like looking, giving her a look.
Brendan, this is not the final episode. It will become a monthly show. We will do a monthly for patrons, patron exclusive.
Patreon exclusive. Yeah. The free feed will decay away in podcast graveyard land. But it exists on as kind of like what I think is the best thing that was at the core of it from the beginning was that this is no matter who you choose to support, whichever
Yeah.
Patreon, it's going to be a perk there. And that was one of the things that I think you and I share. This is like something I'm really, really proud of is you just put everything aside. Like, I don't even know if it was much of a consideration, to be honest with you. It didn't even seem like we were like pushing anything out of the way. It was, let's just have this available to both our communities. And there's so much overlap anyways. So why would we do one over the other? Dev, I was thinking the same thing. Time to record a new intro and outro. Yeah. Probably. Or even if we have any intro and outro, we just have the music.
Just the music. That works.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of already there. It's basically what we do with Ryan and I do a monthly exclusive You Me Capri podcast, and it's just like some Persona music we yammer on, and then we close with some Persona music.
Yeah. I was really happy, man. We had a lot of fun time doing the show. I think the show was pretty good.
I can't wait.
We did a really funny thing where somebody asked us what was our I think it was like our dumbest arguments, which I took as like our worst takes. So I basically just drug up like all of the awful takes that I've had in the past.
Yeah,
which is a really great way to kick off a show. It's just
like bad takes or things that like started fights.
Takes.
Oh, okay.
Both bad takes and things that started fights.
I guess that probably would usually happen.
Yeah.
I'm
the only apparently of the four. I'm the only one that did it. Like, I'm the only one that has them. It's just
that's not fair.
It was fun. It was fun.
Dev would say that he's never had a bad take. That's very like. Why would he start now? Why even in face of the direct question?
I'm excited for people to listen to it. I had a lot of fun, and it was fun. We recorded. We were live only for patrons, which was new. Like we did that, and it worked. Like people were there. Cool. They showed up, so that made me feel a little extra special about it too. I was like, this is neat. It felt good. Like, it felt great. And oh man, I didn't even get a chance to talk about this. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do the notes. I didn't edit the show. All I did was this. I did the melon part. I'm a producer.
Yeah.
But that was it.
That's sweet.
It was so nice. Like they were all in the we have a group DM going.
Yeah.
And they were like, I got this, I got this, I got this. And I was just replying with like Office Space gifs. It's like, it looks like I'm working, but I'm not.
Look at this.
Doing anything.
It's like you've really like stepped up. You're now like a director. Like you get to tell other people what to do, or they just do it on their own because they're motivated to do a good job.
Let me know if you need any help. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
It's very nice.
Well, it seems like the month has like passed by really quickly, and now we're here. You know, you're about to record your final episode of Shack this week. Right?
Yeah.
So that's coming up. You get to talk about. I won't prompt you to do it here because I want to hear your full unbridled opinion of No More Heroes. Yeah,
I did that last night too.
I saw some
about that.
Yeah, I saw some video. So I can't wait to hear you go off on it and have your final hurrah on Nintendo Shack, man.
Oh, did you listen last week when I mixed up what Mario World and Mario 3 was? Jesus. What a place. What a way to leave it.
Whatever. It's all good, man. I can't wait though. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. And I get to wear this jersey too because the Edmonton Oilers are a good hockey team, or at least they were in the 80s. And I love these colors, dude. I kind of look like Kevin Smith, really.
The blue and the orange?
Yeah,
you kind of do.
He kind of just he jacked this jersey and he
it's like a Denver Broncos, like an old Denver Broncos kind of look.
Yep. Also very New York Islanders. I know you want to stick with hockey, but the Islanders very, very similar.
I respect the orange. I mean, as somebody who I'm a Browns fan and people have made fun of the orange for years.
Oh, that sucks.
So, yeah.
I mean, it just depends. I feel like today I was of course I was at McDonald's because, you know, it's me. And I feel like I'm just now realizing how 80s it is right now in terms of like fashion and kids and everybody walking around and just like you're choosing to look stupid. You know, like, which I remember thinking like in the 80s, like you look silly, and now it's back and like.
See, my daughter's friends and her stuff, they're all into like 90s, like early 90s fashion.
Yeah. Oh wow, like flannel.
It's all like it's like flannel, like flowy shirts, like baggy stuff.
Baggy. Yeah.
Mom jeans.
It's almost sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at 90s jeans, in terms of jeans, it was like, and eventually were just hanging off you. You know, everybody could see. Everybody could see your butt crack.
I had the biggest damn jeans. I didn't sag, but like I was definitely that.
Well, it's where the thong song came from. Like that was late 90s, early 2000s. But yeah,
my brother took me to the mall when I was in 6th grade, and we went to, I don't know, one of those alternative stores, and that's where I did my school shopping that year.
Yeah, what the heck were those even called?
I thought I was so cool. It's like Hot Topic.
Totally, yeah.
I looked like I rolled up to middle school looking like fucking Jeff Hardy. You know, like fucking moron.
Can't even see the shoes.
No, you couldn't. I had just the baggiest, like these like band shirts. I did lots of bracelets. Yeah, like, just a moron.
Shit kicker boots. You ever have those? Yeah, just gigantic buckles and everything. Like I guess like who am I to talk? Like really, when you're there, when you're wearing whatever everybody else is wearing for the most part. which probably looks dumb to somebody. Deb wants the starter jackets coming back.
Oh boy, I had one of those too.
My brother had a Charlotte Hornets.
They're so bad.
Jacket.
Like when you think of them, you're like, they were so cool, but you look at them now.
No,
they're so bad.
They were so. That's what I mean. I feel like looking at them back then, I thought
all of them were so bad.
Like they were a parachute. You were wearing a parachute.
It was not good.
No, and there was like a winter version of them here. Like you could get thicker versions of them because it's cold. They're still dope, says Dev. I just don't. They're not. I just don't think so.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to listen, Hobie. Do you want to just jump into the thing?
We can, if you want.
I don't know how long it's going to take. It could take us 5 minutes, or it could take us 55 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of games to go through. We decided that we were going to, throw it in the face of whoever said that this year isn't looking good for video games.
I don't think anybody can see this.
I think that's pretty good. Look at that.
Okay. There we go.
I can see it.
Okay.
And also, a lot of people are just listening.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's fine.
Good point. Yeah, it was Brian Altano. Slow year. That's what we call it. Slow season. Like compared to last fall, I feel like this is like just 10 times better.
Honestly, wouldn't that be interesting to go back?
It's been a slow year, but it's
been a slow year.
Great fall.
And do you think like anything that we've got listed here? Do you think anything slips at this point? Like, is there even maybe there's a possibility the odds get smaller and smaller with every passing day and week? Like, I feel like these are pretty much it.
I'll have to take it as they come. Yeah. I mean, I think the safe bet is something will slip, but I don't know what
sometimes there's a surprising thing.
Yeah, I'd have to really sit back and like really look at them all.
We got the Halo date between today and the last time we chatted.
Yes, we did. I went hard on Halo.
Did you get any feedback on that?
No, actually, yes. We had a few people that tweeted us after the show.
Yeah,
they said they loved the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's good or bad, or I'm sure if somebody was really mad, I'm sure they would have just turned it off as opposed to letting me know.
Sure. I guess my kind of take on the whole thing is that everybody kind of is probably right for however they're responding to Halo at this point. They're probably right to do that. Like I actually don't think that there's an objective correct take on this one. It's just because like Halo impacts so many people and everybody has so many different, I don't know, they have different histories with it. They're like, if you're mad, then you're probably probably is fair to be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not angry, and I'm not proclaiming that it's going to be bad. What I'm more or less just saying is that it doesn't look good. Like the evidence that we have today,
I think that's a fair take, man.
Is concerning.
I think that's actually fair.
I wish more people were concerned in saying that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of optimism and hype, and I just don't know where it's founded.
Yeah,
I think it's founded in just a passion to like Halo be great again. And I just don't know if it's there. Like,
have we not learned from Cyberpunk?
And it was so funny. It was so funny because on the show, I was like, yeah, they shouldn't delay it for this. That's severe. But then after the show, we were talking about it on air because we had somebody came in our Discord and they were like, yeah, I think maybe you were a little harsh on it, Donnie. And I was thinking, and I wrote, I was just, like stream of consciousness. I'm just typing, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote, if this was Gears, I would want them to delay it. So I think I've talked myself out of it. Like if it was Gears, if this was Gears, if we were 3 months away from a Gears release and we hadn't seen the campaign and it was delayed a year and it was shipping without Horde and it was shipping without co-op, it'd be like, delay this game. Oh my God, please delay it. Like if you take another game and you kind of put it in there, it sounds like a hot mess. But it's like, because it's been so long, I think we've all been lulled into like, it's Halo. It'll be like, this is what Halo is, and it's just.
Do you think that they're that beholden to the holiday timeline that they said? Like, is that part of it? Like, and like, could they have just gotten away with not being holiday?
I think
it seems like that's what they're doing. People like, they're going
people would not have liked it.
Yeah,
they would.
They didn't
really
like the first time around. They didn't like the delay. Like how are you launching?
But that's the thing. Like, we have to live with it.
Yeah,
like it really doesn't matter if we like it or not. Like. Nobody's gonna buy a Series X for Halo and then like return it because Halo was delayed. I don't think.
Yeah.
They'll just wait for Halo. It's like we don't really have a choice in that matter.
It's just wild, man. It's just
crazy.
It is. Yeah.
It's just like the thing that hurts is like this is their flagship. This is their biggest studio. They have multiple studios, really. Like if you're gonna compare.
Well, when you put it like that, that's what's happened with Uncharted and The Last of Us. And a lot of like last minute sort of like, we announced a date and then what was it, 10 days later they delayed again.
Yeah, but not like a year and then again, and like launching without modes. And I think The Last of Us is kind of the closest, because you could argue that it launched like without factions, but I don't think people.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite.
That's not the same. They're not apples and oranges there.
No, and that's why you're going to have slight differences in both. Like I say, that's the closest comparison. They're absolutely not, apples to apples. But yeah,
Uncharted 4 maybe.
Yeah,
because that one had a long delay. But I think the difference is, dude, they've been working on Halo Infinite for years. That's the thing that scares me. It's like there's a part of me that's just like, what are they doing? Like, what's going on at 343?
This is why I actually kind of like our chats, because it can be a little different in terms of like, I don't know, the other shows that we do. I think about it like, coming from the PlayStation angle as well, to think about like, what if The Last of Us, they were like leading in a way in terms of like taking the genre, taking video games in general to like a new place. It seemed like the first one definitely did that. People recognize that. People recognize, I think, Halo, like the original, sort of like in that leader, the pioneering kind of role as well. Halo Infinite, I don't know if it even has a possibility of being that, especially because Halo's already existed, and then also like Destiny has happened, and a lot of other things have kind of happened as well. So when you think about like The Last of Us 2 up and coming is following up the greatest game of all time, it's totally different. So I don't know, like it's very interesting to watch Xbox do this with their flagship title, and we'll have to wait and see whether or not people really care about the campaign co-op. I thought the
response was totally weird, because as I mentioned on Empire, there's so many people on Twitter that kept seeing that were mad because it was going to miss the Game of the Year awards. And I'm like, who out there is thinking that Halo is going to be the Game of the Year? Like, what evidence do you have? That's what I mean.
It sounds a lot like Cyberpunk. Same thing in Cyberpunk last year.
What space are you living in where you're like, this game that was delayed, this game that's shipping without stuff, like this, like, oh, it's Game of the Year?
But don't you think that kind of makes sense, that that's where people's minds are at, that they just automatically assume that it's not only in the running, but probably could be, and that's like where they think it should be, is that game...
I think that's it. And it's not, I don't even know should be, after Halo 4 and Halo 5, I don't know if should be is the right word. I think it's a want. That's what they want it to be, and that's what I'm scared of. Because I feel like the podcasts that I've listened to that are really close to the Xbox space, like I feel like a will to make it there. Like they want to do that. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's a safe way to go into Halo. Yeah. Like if you were to do that with Forza, they've given you every evidence that you need to stand behind it. Like Forza looks amazing.
Everybody's sleeping on Forza. Everybody's very distracted on this. I mean, not everybody's sleeping. There's still quite a lot. There's as much attention to Forza as there probably has ever been.
I'm just like, from what they've given us, like, who knows? Like maybe next week they do a campaign trailer and it looks incredible, and this is all just water under the bridge. We can only talk about what we have, and what we have so far is so little, and the little we have, like, and I was into the Halo Infinite demo that everybody hated, so it's like, I'm not trying to be against Halo. Like, I wanted to love Halo too. It's just like, but where is it, and why are they not showing it? And like, it's very concerning.
The way that Halo, like the single player, quote unquote single player, kind of, it's going to be different, and co-op has been really fun in the past, but even just you kind of jog my memory a little bit. Like they are designing a different Halo experience on the single player side. Like it is open world.
I thought it was going to be Far Cry.
Right. Well, maybe it is.
I'm so down for this. Like this sounds amazing. But then after that demo, they were like, but it's not Far Cry. It's not the same.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they kind of
how is
there
it
were
open
people
world and
saying that online, and then people started like walking that back. They were like, that's going a little too far.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is we don't know. Yeah. They haven't shown us or told us exactly what the campaign is or how it flows.
Yeah.
So is it like a Destiny-ish world where you walk, around this open world and fight people as you get to hub levels? Is it a Far Cry? Is it something different? Like we don't know, and that's concerning.
So we don't know.
Yeah, what was the last game? It was 3 months from release. We're like, I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. In a way, I feel like this one is walking both sides of the coin. Like we want like a Fallout 4 experience where we don't know about it, and then it's like, and here's the date. But it's like we have known about Halo Infinite for quite some time and spent also the same amount of time not knowing anything about it, or at least this part of it. It's very strange how long we've known about a game and yet not know anything about the game,
This is interesting. So, Anti-Macro, you're right, Sean. I don't want to dismiss what you just said. That's good, but he says, I don't honestly know why so many people are bent out of shape about co-op. See, here's the thing. I do because I've never played this game co-op, and that's all everybody's told me is how much fun they had playing with friends.
Totally, yeah.
To so many people, Halo is about community. It's about your squad. It's so much more about that than it is about the story, than it is about the lore and all this. And it's like, that was the experience. And Sean, you know this because we've talked about playing Halo Infinite together. That was the plan.
Yeah.
Like I was planning to play Halo Infinite with friends for the first time ever, and now I won't be. I'll be playing it by myself like I did every other one.
And that's what I mean. Like you're totally right to be bummed. And I think that, this is the thing that when we say that like everybody wants Halo to be game of the year, I think that there are 50,000 different iterations of people's opinions on what makes Halo great. There's some people who say the co-op is it. Some people say when I play by themselves and the single player and the story and the lore and all that stuff is great. Some people say it's the multiplayer. That's great. So there's all these different.
Most people say it's the multiplayer, but in my years of not being a Halo fan, almost every Halo fan that I've ever talked to have always told me that when they think of Halo, they reminded of playing with their friends. Whether that means co-op or multiplayer, it was I'm playing with my friends.
Sure, yeah.
When I've talked to you, when I've talked to Jason, when I've talked to everybody in PSVG, Nathan, Elaine, all of my friends that I actually know, they always hark back to college, high school, growing up, playing with friends, LAN parties. Like, to me, as kind of an outsider, that's my impression. I know that there's some people that are deep into the Halo lore and they do the red versus blue and novels and all that. That's rare. I've met like 2 of those people. Most everybody is like, I love playing Halo with my friends. It's a great shooter that's meant to be played with your friends. And this game still might be that. But that isn't like Halo 5.
It's free to play.
But that isn't what people... And that's the thing, is like the bar is people want it to be better than Halo 5. That's what I keep hearing. Is like, okay, they nailed the multiplayer, but now...
See, and that's what I mean.
They've got to nail this other thing.
There are so many splinters of interest in this that if like one of those voices is dissatisfied, it will outweigh the ones that are satisfied, which is really too bad. And that's what happened with Halo 5. The campaign people were all about, wow, this is the worst story and everything, made it almost sound like it's not a worthwhile experience. And the multiplayer people have been playing ever since. They're like, this is as good as it's ever been.
Yeah.
And you don't hear that. Like, it's just not something that really comes up. And it almost kind of reminds me of where Star Wars is at now with 9 movies, and especially with the last 3, just like, what the hell? All these different kind of takes on it. And everybody's trying to say what JJ and Ryan Johnson was like, they're trying to go like, what is Star Wars? What does it mean? What do they mean from the start? And it kind of just like splintered the fan base. So now you're never going to have that like unified like community around this is great. And I think that's probably what's going to happen with Halo is you're not going to have like a unified community of people who go like, yes, they did it. You're going to have some people who are happy with it and some loud people who are super not happy.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid
the game isn't going to live up to the hype because the hype is getting too big. I mean, it's Star Wars levels of hype. It's Cyberpunk levels of hype. It's,
Yeah.
So in the end, I guess maybe it doesn't matter about the date. Just like let it get out there and people will play it or they won't play it.
And because of the date, I'll be playing Dying Light anyway. So for me, it really doesn't matter.
I saw Destiny was going to do something too. I didn't add it to the list here. Destiny was doing something like the day before as well. Some sort of, I don't know. Dev will probably tell me in the chat.
Nobody cares.
Your dismissiveness is just so like stab in the heart.
I can't wait for you to listen to our first show.
I can't wait either.
There's so many like GIFs and clip moments that I want to like clip out of it and just start sharing with people. There's this moment, I'll go ahead and spoil the one. There's this moment where Elaine's like, do I need to play Destiny 2? And me and Delvin both at the exact same time scream no. No!
It's actually, as much as I want to like poo-poo you for being that dismissive of certain games, it's probably like it serves the purpose as well. And then like there's too many games. You kind of have to be. 30th anniversary stuff on December 7th. So 30th anniversary of Bungie. Yeah.
And what are they doing? Like Wrath of the Witch King of Agmar or something? Some Lord of the Rings tie-in?
I had a similar realization actually twice in the same week. Once I was playing Halo 3 with Ryan Turford and Mr. Badbit last night, and the prophets of Halo were coming up, like the Prophet of Truth, and he's all like,
solid crew
what's that?
It's a solid crew you have.
Yeah, it's we're coming back. We're playing Halo 3 campaign yesterday.
I had no disillusions that I was going to play all of Halo Infinite with friends, just because I think this has been proven time and time over again. Like I don't make timing like that, but I was looking forward to at least having some of it. I thought we'd hop in together at launch day or two, at least.
Yeah, sit there and look at the screen and tell us we can't play.
Reach together.
Yeah, Reach was dope, man.
That was
Reach
a really fun experience, and like that was the experience where I was like, I get it.
Oh.
It was fun. This was fun. I didn't like Reach as much as everybody. I was like, this is fun. Sure, I get it. And I was like, let's do that with Infinite. Maybe I become like the person. It's like, no, I love Halo now.
So, it's really simple in a certain way. Like you just hop on a Warthog and have somebody else on a turret in the back, and just like, this is amazing. Like, did you just see that?
And because the story sometimes, or at least for me, the story in Halo is so dismissive that actually filling it in with your friends talking about their day or whatever is more entertaining than what's going on sometimes in the cutscenes. Like Bad Bit's hilarious, you know? Like,
totally. Yeah.
You know? So I was waiting for that moment to arrive with Halo. So like when people are like, co-op's not that big of a deal, I actually agree with them as somebody who doesn't play a lot of co-op stuff. Like I agree with what you're saying. But in this knowing case, what I know from Halo, what I know is that everybody plans on playing it with their friends. And I'm like, this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
This is a huge deal, actually. It's a really big deal. Even if they don't finish it or make the achievements or the statistics show it's a minority, it's like, but it's a vocal minority. You're talking about like Halo fans.
It's
like
the same thing.
I know that people are playing with their friends. Then that's got to be a bigger group than we're thinking. Like me, I'm not even in Halo. Like if that's what I know about Halo, it's a big deal.
I don't think that that's the angle to take, is that it's not a big deal. Like I just don't. I don't feel like that holds any water. I don't know, man. This like saying this is one I really can't stand is there's like 5 or 7% of people who played like Mass Effect or those BioWare games. Only 5% chose the Renegade, like being a dick. I looked up at the stats.
A ton.
30%
That's a ton of people
completed any single level in co-op. That is a ton of people.
That's 100,000. That's hundreds of
thousands.
1 in
3 people. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Halo is a big game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Halo 5.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was like the worst reviewed. Yeah, that was the one that like basically had like the worst launch in the series.
I mean, I guess the point is that it's not 75%.
It's not everybody.
It's not a majority, but it's
like I said. If you attach the same scenario to a different game that you like, how do you feel about it? Does it change your mind? Because if you do it to me in Gears, it changes my mind.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you take away Horde, you take away, and co-op in Gears is actually really good.
And I feel like is that comparable? Like Horde and Forge and co-op in campaign?
I think putting them together, co-op, campaign, and Forge put together probably equals Horde. And
it's about the same
math.
Yeah. And if you were like, this is Gears 6, and we'll catch you next spring, it's like, no,
3 months until Horde comes out.
Please delay the game and give it to me when it's done. Yeah. Like, delay it a year again if you have to.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be so concerned over Gears. I would be vocally upset because I'm more invested into that than I am Halo. Like with Halo, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not even going to play it. You know.
They have said that what they are releasing should be quality. Do you buy that?
It's hard to.
Right?
I agree.
It's a good line.
I buy it because like it has to be. They have so many people that are working on this game. Like that's the thing. Ultimately, I'm almost somewhat jealous, or I feel like I need to, stand up for the little guy because Halo is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like with Xbox, it's as an Xbox fan, it's been hard to deal with the fact that Halo gets such placement and prestige over Forza and over Fable and over Gears, and especially like not just like I understand Forza's a car game, but like Playground. Like look what Playground has done the last 10 years, and it's like maybe invest more in them.
Give them the raise.
It's like like look what the Coalition did. Even if you
they got Fabled. I think they got it. I think they got what was coming to them.
Like the Coalition crushed Gears. Like even if you weren't into it, it's like what they did multiplayer, what they did technically, what they've done from a support side. It's like they're doing all the things that you want Halo to do.
I've said it before, time and time again. I think with everything you just mentioned, the pillar franchises, they were tied to the Xbox One, which people hated.
Yeah.
So none of them, they were automatically. What do you do when you talk about like horror games? You're like, even if it's the best horror movie, like the best horror movie can get like a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. It's basically like that. What happened with Xbox games?
You're fighting upstream just from the start. There's a built-in tilt against you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was real. Like there's no way around it. Like that's absolute. That was absolute last generation. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
I hope it's great. I feel like I need to keep saying that because I don't want people to be like, it's not I feel like what I'm saying comes off like I told you so. Like I'm not going to be the person that's like, I told you. Like I'm not. That's not what this is about.
Right. There's nothing anybody can do with this.
I hope I'm proven completely wrong. I'm just saying like, I feel like we should know more. I think it's worth pointing out the fact that like they didn't show us campaign like that. Yeah. I don't think that's and like I know Joseph, he responded to questions about that. He was like, "We'll show you soon." Like it was like a normal thing. It's like this is not a normal thing. We're close to launch, guys.
Well, he's and again, like this is something that I talk about a little bit, where he threw out a term that I don't remember really hearing about before, but now it will become part of our vernacular as people comment on this sort of thing. They're in shutdown mode, so they are in full on like it's almost like
polish, crunch, bug squashing. Yeah,
right. I'd never heard that before, but that seems to be like it makes sense to me that like
I've heard. There are different terms. I think every studio kind of has their own different take on what. Yeah, but it's in there in that final phase.
Yeah,
seems very bug squashing.
It sounds like a refinery. Like they do this.
We have the game. It's done. Now we got to make it great.
Yeah.
And what I hear is like that's where the game really comes together. Is like that final scrub. Like you get the mechanics and the content in place, then you kind of weave it together.
Yeah, and then like I said before, I don't think campaigns show well. So I like, to me, yes, and maybe it should be concerning that we haven't seen too much, but I'm not going to be hyped by anything that they show me on the single player side. Like anything more than what they showed me already. Like I'm good. I just want to play it.
I remember you saying that on the drive this week. I found that interesting because I get more excited. I'm just not into multiplayer like you are. So I think that's where we're just different gamers, right? Because I don't think I've ever been really excited about multiplayer showings.
We were talking yesterday, streaming on it, and like it was 3 completely different opinions on what makes even the single player great. Like what elements of the story that are great. Like there's the Flood that some people really like that I think is just hot garbage. I think the Flood is the worst thing, the least inventive, least creative kind of enemy ever. It's like mud zombies. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's just
I really like the Prometheans. Most people don't like that. I like the guns. Most people don't like the guns. I like shooting at their shiny bits and exploding them. A lot of people don't. Like there's a lot of different.
I like the outposts. Enemies. The outposts, and like when I think my favorite things about Halo are open arenas, like open areas, like give me some freedom to go. And
that was Halo 5. Halo 5 did that a lot.
I played about 2 hours of Halo 5's campaign before I quit on it.
Ah, damn it, man.
But I really liked Halo 4. But I like the open arenas, and I was really into what Halo Infinite's little demo showed. I saw Far Cry. That's what I saw. I'm just going to roll up on this alien camp in this middle of this open world, and I'm going to figure out how to blow everybody. And I was like, yep, I'll do that for hours.
Now think about doing that with 3 of your friends.
Yeah. That I was there for it. I will never disown that.
Yeah,
I was there for it.
Yeah,
when the internet lost its collective mind and told me how awful it was,
and everybody
thought it looked great.
Anybody who said that they didn't think it looked great while they're watching it live is lying to themselves.
For the first time in my life, I was excited for Halo.
We were all there. Yeah, even Dev was like, "Ooh, this might actually."
It looked good, man. It looked fun.
Yeah. Halo 4 is good. I'm not going to argue with you on that. Like, I like the direction of it. I like that.
So that's the funny thing is that most people, when I tell them like, oh, I played them all, and they're like, oh, what was your favorite? ODST Reach is like Halo 4 is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to being with you.
And Ryan nailed it. Halo 4 kind of feels like a Metroid game. Like if you gave me an arm blaster and you're like, you're Samus Aran, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. Even like the glowy, just like the look of it is actually kind of like what Metroid could look like with good graphics.
Yeah, it's kind of what a good Metroid game would be.
Oh my gosh! Well,
calm down, Nintendo fans. I'm joking.
Well, now you can just say whatever you want because they're all gone.
Yeah, they didn't disown me. They didn't disown me after last week. Dear Lord, I was editing that show and I was like, "What a mess." Sometimes when I'm in my head, I know people that have listened to our podcast. I hope everybody listens to Sweet Hangs listens to our other shows.
Yeah,
you know, like I hope it's not like just. Could you imagine somebody out there who just found us on this show and that's all they listen to? Wouldn't it be amazing?
Like they discovered the meta show. We're making all these references and stuff.
They're like, what are they talking about? Oh man, that'd be amazing. But if you've ever heard me like get going on a thing, I know this about myself. This is actually why I'm not a very good public speaker. My brain just starts like firing, and I have my photogenic like memory.
Yeah.
So I like in my head I'm thinking like, and my mouth is just speaking.
Yeah.
You know, like that happens to me a lot, especially like when I'm excited, or like especially not just when I'm excited, but when I'm actively like trying to find a point or make a point. My brain is just going. It's just throwing me stuff. And I've done it I've done it before. I'm not upset, but you've heard me do it before. Like a lot of times you'll hear me like with sayings, like if I'm trying to say like a phrase, I'll do it in reverse or some shit because my brain.
Yeah.
I do that. I do that often. I'm also.
So do I.
If people didn't know, I'm also clinically bipolar, but on the manic side. I have very like manic things. So like when I get excited, it tends to like get away from me. That's why I talk really fast. That's why I'm constantly going. That's why I interrupt people. That's why that happens. That the energy that people know. And if you catch me like when I'm sick or something, it doesn't happen often because I'm not the bipolar that swings both ways often. But that's why you will have the one show every now and again where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But for like 13 years, I took daily medication for it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was like in therapy that I stopped. But yeah, like listening back when I edit things like that, I feel so upset because it's like all I needed was somebody to stop the train. Like if somebody was like, "You're off. Hang on, Donnie. Hang on." Like if somebody had just slowed me down, I'd be like, "Oh, wrong games."
Sure.
Let's refocus.
Macro's in the chat trying to help you out too. He said he wants to go back to Donnie when he said he has a photogenic memory. It sounds like it's really like takes pictures nicely. Yeah. Something like that.
Sorry.
It's perfect. It's actually perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Point made. Point made. Oh,
good stuff, man. I mean, we could chat about any one of these games just like that.
Oh yeah, we got to do this, right? We've been sitting here with this damn screen not doing anything.
I like it though.
It's fun. We just do the entire show. We don't do this at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, next time.
All right, well.
It's like Dragon Ball Z. Next time.
Dude, we just spent the whole time, the last 45 minutes just screaming at each other. You're never going to do this.
That is so Dragon Ball Z, man.
Yeah.
God, if battles that last 18 episodes, you're like, fuck, move.
It's kind of like, have you ever watched like football, like a football game after you like DVR'd it or something? Like you skip through commercials, you skip through all the other stuff, and you're just like, if you just watch football, like just the playing, it's like a 30-minute endeavor.
Yeah.
You know?
Basically the Big Ten usually they'll upload a game afterwards with all of the like the fouls, in betweens, and everything cut out.
Yeah.
So it's just play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really exciting.
Did you know that I used to scout?
I did know that. Yeah.
So when I used to scout, it's how I've watched so many hundreds of hours of football films just in that exact same way.
Yeah, and that's when people talk about like you got to watch the tape, and it's like it sounds unbearable, but when you watch an actual game, like you're not watching the 3.5 hour production on Fox.
Yeah, when you're scouting, if anybody ever gets into it, or if you fancy yourself like a football fan, when you scout tape, specifically if you're scouting a person, it's a completely different thing because you're not paying attention to the score or anything. Like, you know, I've watched so many games, I filmed so many people playing where I didn't even know the score of the game or who won.
Right.
Because I'm you're specifically watching like 90 snaps of this tackle.
Yeah.
Or 90 snaps of this kicker.
Do you have like a specific camera angle on them?
There is a specific way that most all scouting departments, there's kind of like a universal way that you film because they want to be able to compare film against each other.
Oh, okay.
Because like a player may look really fast if everybody on the field is slow.
Right.
So if you shoot everybody in the same way, in the same perspective, then you can get a better sense from tape to tape how people are different in relation to each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, there actually is a standard way to kind of film, and I had to learn all those things back when I was doing
That's so cool, man.
I really, it was cool. That was actually one thing that I think was cool that I did. I really liked doing it. I love football. I'm kind of a sports junkie. I watched football all day yesterday. And it was really cool when I used to go out to schools and show up with my ESPN gear, and they're like, "Oh, ESPN's here!" And,
snap!
I used to go to like we used to have combines, like these little recruiting things, like Elite 11s and stuff, and I'd go out with the kids and we'd do drills, and yeah, it was fun, and it was really crazy. Like whenever I got a high profile, like the year before my final year, the number one recruit in the country was in my backyard. I basically followed him around all year long. So it was crazy to see my tape and stuff like on TV and stuff like that. That was really neat.
Anything ever happened to him?
Oh yeah,
It's Johnny Manziel.
I'm glad. No. I'm glad you asked because I caught a whiff.
He killed somebody, didn't he?
I caught a whiff of a lot of really bad rumors about the kid.
Oh no.
So he went to Ole Miss which everybody was stunned by because he's here in Georgia. And Georgia has a really great track record of keeping their kids at home. But Georgia never recruited him, and they didn't recruit him because they was kind of a knucklehead. And which is what I used to tell people when they'd ask me, like, kind of below the table. Like he's kind of a knucklehead. And what you realize when you dig deep is that he went to Ole Miss, but so did like 8 of his teammates. So that's how Ole Miss got him, because they took him and his friends. And like that's kind of like the shady part of recruiting, because his friends weren't very good. Like they shouldn't be getting scholarships. Ole Miss. Yeah. But like, that was going on. And then, he ended up getting drafted in the first round, and he fell out of like a hotel balcony window, and he fell like 2 stories to the ground.
What?
Like, he was drunk and fell out of the damn hotel into the pool and stuff. Yeah. Like he's fine. I think he's
could have died.
He lived and he's fine. He's a millionaire and all that, but yeah, he's kind of a knucklehead.
Oh my God. Stories like that just make me like think about my dumb days, just lucky to be around.
Oh, you have no idea, Sean.
Dude, you know how cold it is here? Like people just like pass out, they could freeze to death.
I used to do legit, like as seen on TV, backyard wrestling.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Oh,
I was like 15. I made one of those tapes of it.
Same.
We were on backyard wrestling, I think 9.
Nice.
And we set our trampoline on fire, and I jumped off the trailer and I did a leg drop through a table and then used this in one of the B-rolls. We used to send them tapes all the time.
I jumped off my garage a couple times.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. Like you think you're going to do like a 5-star frog splash or something, but no.
I was good actually.
That part I was good. We were not good.
I was always really good at you would not believe this to see me because I'm fat and stuff now, but if I shared you pictures of me in middle school and high school when I was an athlete, I was always really good at like tumbling and stuff. I could do backflips and jump around. Yeah.
Oh, good times, man. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, but wasn't even like drinking time.
Yeah, I did some dumb. So I definitely understand that thought. It's like, man, I did some dumb stuff. Yeah, Sean, so you did backyard wrestling. I want to know more. So I feel like when I say backyard wrestling, that makes sense.
Yeah.
When you say backyard wrestling, I think it's more of a surprise. Tell us about your character.
Oh, what do you mean? We didn't have a character. We just wrestled. You didn't
have a character? You got to have a gimmick, man.
No, we just
Did you have a belt?
We just wanted to see. No. So this is why I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
We were just happy that we had like a camcorder, we just like we're glad to have that. And then it started in the living room. We were like jumping off the couches and stuff. And then we started building things in the front. It was actually front yard wrestling, as it turned out.
I leg dropped him through a not a table, it was a table, but we made it out of a door.
Oh,
we made a door with legs.
Yeah.
Like a plywood door, and I leg dropped. I did a front flip leg drop through the door.
Oh, snap.
On the table that we were on fire.
Yeah, I power bombed my friend through a table. Nice. And he kind of wussed out at the very end, and he turned like he should have just like gone straight back.
You can't do that. Yeah, the table breaks the fall. The table spot is such a great spot because it doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah,
I let my son do a table spot on me here when we moved to the house.
Oh my God.
My wife was flipped. She was like, absolutely not. Like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, it'll be fine.
You got to do something. You got to do something like that. My wife and I are kind of similar on that front. Like you got to have some fun. You're probably going to roll an ankle at some point. You're probably going to, get a cut or scratch or whatever.
It was fine. I got up and walked away. I tried to tell her, I was like, I'm telling you, seriously, the tables, like the plywood doesn't. I had some old plywood. My son at the time was really, really into wrestling.
Yeah.
So we were wrestling, and I'm always trying to show him like how the pros do it. And like, here's how they actually do it. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to let you suplex me on this table.
Yeah.
And I did it in front of my wife and my daughter, and they were like just losing their damn mind. I was like, it's fine. I'm fine. I feel great. It's like I landed on the trampoline. It doesn't hurt.
Totally. You got to use your feet. You got to use your, you land basically like horizontal, but with your foot hitting the ground first.
Yes.
On a suplex situation. And you just see this, like you watch wrestling enough. You don't even, I don't know, at least I didn't need anybody to like walk me through. This is how you're supposed to land. It's just like, you can see it.
I did, do you know who Hugh Morris is?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was a wrestler in WCW back in the 90s. And he had a wrestling school out here that I took some lessons at.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
He did like a moonsault. He used to show me how to do a moonsault.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like, it's crazy. It definitely hurts, but like it doesn't hurt as much as you would think.
Yeah.
But like how you learn to do a moonsault is you basically moonsault nothing.
Yeah.
You just hit the mat.
Yeah.
Like over and over and over again. And
it's so
showed
cool.
me how to do it.
And it's funny because you can tell that people are trying to make sure that everybody's being safe. And sometimes it would just look so safe. You're like, that didn't look like it actually hurt the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like just cushioned onto him. Yeah.
One that I was surprised that was extreme stuff. You've seen some of that?
Yeah.
Some Nick Gage stuff. Oof.
Some of the moves, man, this is so funny. Like thinking about this.
Andy Macro, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, nice. Huge. Yeah. No way that's their name. Huge. Oh, it broke me. That's too good.
You love wrestling, man.
I love it. But I mean, like some moves they seemed damaging, but they were simple to do, and some seemed not so damaging, but they were actually kind of hard. Like I couldn't wrap my mind around like the bulldog for some reason. Like I just couldn't you grab the back of the guy's head and you kind of just
very aware of what it is.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't, I couldn't do it.
It's a weird thing. It's not about what you're doing. It's the other person. The other person has to sell that for you.
Mm-hmm.
In no way do you grab somebody back of their head and they horizontally hit the ground like that.
Right.
That would never happen in real life. They have to sell that for you.
I guess I just didn't want to land on my butt.
Yeah.
That's really what I didn't want to do.
You got to do that.
Yeah, that's a tailbone snap.
Yeah, Stone Cold had several spinal issues because of that. Mm-hmm. Doing those stunners every damn night.
Dude, like just straight onto his butt.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
What's your favorite special move? What's the favorite? What's your
Finisher?
All the
The one my wife hates that I've done way too many times is Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb. I can do that one to a T. Yeah, I can do that one to a T. I can do the reverse spine, like the inversion and everything in midair. And every time I've ever done it on trampoline or off the trampoline, my wife is like, "You look like you're about to break your neck."
Yeah.
So I always like that one.
Tombstone is the one where I look at that and go, "How are people not dying every night on this?"
With their heads never hit the ground.
I know, but it's just it looks very dangerous. It's just like flip them up.
I always like Diamond Cutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Chin Music was always kind of sweet.
That's a really nice move, and that's all that you get the indie pop, you get the leg slap, you always get that snap.
Yeah,
you do it out of nowhere. It's always a surprise. It's a good jolt move.
What was it? When he did it to Ric Flair, and he's like, "I'm so sorry," and he just pops up.
That was his retirement match.
Oh my god, it's so good. You don't have to do it. It's like he's crying. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, man. It's hard to come up with a good move, though.
I also like a really nicely performed hard clothesline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or spear.
It looks really damn good when you get a really hard clothesline going. Like when you pull them and hit them, and then they do like the inverted, like twisty flip.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that always sells. That always gets a pop.
JBL's clothesline from hell was amazing. Oh, dude.
Yes. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Just clothesline the hell out of someone. That was good stuff.
I feel like, I mean, this is just biased to the Attitude Era. It's just like, I don't think that there's a good move after that. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think there's lots of good moves. Kenny Omega's Fallen Angel's great. Jericho's new move is great. His little spinny back elbow.
Dude, Walls of Jericho. So good. Just a classic. Just, that would hurt so bad.
Yeah,
I really like Mortis Canyon.
Roman Reigns' stuff is awful. You know what? I'm a huge mark, so I'll go ahead and just own up to it. But I love Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail is a fantastic fit.
Snap.
It's really, really good. Like he does it with a ferocity. It's a move I've seen before. Other people have done it, but he does it in a different way. Like when he does it, it really means something. You're like, oh, this dude means business. It looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good. I like that one.
Oh man. Well, I think we've got about like 50 games or something to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. How do we do this? We do this one at a time, or
I think and some will be quick. I'm sure some will be you'll probably toss aside because you won't care about them at all.
Sure.
But I think for the most, this isn't every game. Even though it looks like a lot, there's still other games that are coming out.
I'm going to try to remember some lessons that I learned from the last time we did a tier ranking. I don't do this often.
Yeah, neither do I.
The last time we did a tier ranking, I think we put too many things too high too soon. So I might be a little harsher this time.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know the best way of doing this. Do you pick what you think is absolutely the top first and work your way down? Or do you try to find, like, what do I think is the perfect middle? And then try to work around that? What's your strategy?
I was thinking actually the first one. That makes sense. Like, what is your most hyped one? And, you're sharing your screen. I'll have a separate one for my list, and we'll kind of compare. We don't need to have both screens all at the same time. But I think that's a good way to start it. Just find one of these. And for me, like, I'll just kind of kick things off. Like for me, I don't know if Forza Horizon, like you're selecting the same one. Forza Horizon 5 is S tier, most anticipated game of the year. I think when I'm looking at this, nothing even, well, I shouldn't say nothing comes close, but that's the one. That is absolutely the one. Goes S tier.
I'm very excited for other games, but those other games they don't look as good as Forza Horizon 5 does.
Yeah.
Like, so it kind of, I'm excited for it, but it also has elevated itself above the rest.
You know, part of it was actually the design of the custom controller has me like, okay, maybe there is the party element of this.
Hype.
Like, well, because the one thing I was worried about
right?
it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I would really.
I did.
I mean, that's
like immediately.
I wish I'd like Sea of Thieves more because I would like that controller. Like it's sort of that same, I don't know, level of design. It's really, really good. So yeah, that's the one thing that I just haven't seen quite yet. That maybe has me a little. I don't know if worried is the word, but like not like it could be just a little more hyped if I just saw the setting, the atmosphere of the Horizon party in Mexico is what I want to see. I'm seeing that it looks great, which is awesome. The map is good. I want to see the festival. Like that's they really got me with Horizon 3 in Australia, like the party area.
Yeah, for me, I'm excited for Forza. Like I've been excited for Forza Horizon since before it was announced.
Yeah, totally.
So like I've been excited for it, but then when I actually saw it and then to see everything we have, it is pulled ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a respect. I'm giving it more respect than the others because I think it's earned it.
Yeah.
It's like, so let's shower Forza Horizon 5 because heaven forbid do you see what they're doing compared to everybody else. Like they look like they're running away with it.
Yeah.
Like they're that horse, like in a horse race that just took off from the start. It's like, whoa, they're really doing it like right here. And maybe people catch up to them, but right now they are way out in front for me.
It actually makes it's almost sad for other racing games where like I want to play games like Dirt and Grid and Need for Speed and all these other games.
That was me with, what was that EA game?
Not Need for Burnout? Burnout.
No, The Crew. Isn't that EA?
That's Ubisoft. Yeah, but
Ubisoft, okay.
Same idea.
I tried to play The Crew and I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And that was 100% like, this isn't as good as Forza. That was what I was trying to say.
And I was stoked about it too because like I want that open world. I want to like drive around in all the different vehicles. It's like that seems like that's what I want. But
you think Ubisoft would make a great one because they make giant map games.
Yeah, but even when you drive around in Forza or in Far Cry, never really quite feels right. Like they've gotten so good at it, and it almost became a curse with motorsport. And anybody who enjoyed that, it almost became a bit of a joke. Like there's another Forza Motorsport game coming out, and who cares? Because we all know it's going to be great, so it's not even worth talking about. Like that's kind of like what I hope doesn't happen with the Horizon games. Is like don't stop talking about it because it's just so like consistently good.
I was arguing with Kevin because Kevin was like, I know Forza's gonna be great, but it's just Forza. And it's like, it's not.
Yeah,
don't say that. You see how it's so much better than the other Forzas. Like it looks so damn good. So that's why it's my S tier.
Yeah, definitely.
It's earned it. It's deserved it so far. Maybe when we get our hands on it, maybe it's not that. But right now, it's crushing the competition.
November 9th, man. It can't come soon enough. But we'll have lots of stuff to play in between now and then. Now, I'm kind of open to this. Like, I was originally thinking we would just run through from, like, in order of the dates. But I like establishing this as our kind of S tier. Is there anything that even, like, I don't know, is Dying Light for you S tier as well? Does that get up there? Does that feel quite the same?
I'm almost there.
Right?
I'm really excited. It looks great. Everything they've shown looks really good.
So ambitious, this game.
Yep. I'm almost there. I kind of want to put it there just because we have so many games here that, like, if that one isn't also S tier, then that means that I'll just have one S tier game. You know, like I kind of, you know, so. And what do we do? We're doing our most anticipated games.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, I'm going to put it up there. Yeah, I'm going to put it up there.
Okay.
Dying Light 2 is S tier for me. I'll have a couple S tiers. I want to at least
make
sure I have a couple.
I'm going to go A tier on that one. I'm like, it's just like fractions at this point. Like very, very almost, and I might bump it up afterwards and see kind of where we land. But since you're talking about Dying Light, I figured I'll throw it into the A tier list. I love Drewby's in the chat. What's up, Drew? Horizon 5 would have to be my most anticipated game. Anti-macro. I think Horizon 5 looks amazing, but it's a racing game. Stop it. Stop that.
It's an open world adventure game.
Yeah.
You just happen to drive a car.
With RPG mechanics, like you're leveling things up. Oh man, like think of the currency you get is like XP.
There's pinatas.
There's pinatas.
There's bowling games.
You
can flip cars. With your friends. You can crash billboards. There's ramps.
Honestly.
So
And it's funny because a lot of people have discovered Horizon with Horizon 4 and they love that. And I'm like, ooh, there's so much more to Horizon than even you got in 4. Yeah. Like if they can merge the two, because I think 4 was like a really technically sound, really good game. But I want them to bring the party back from Australia, man. I'm telling you. Oh, it's gonna be good. So I don't have that energy for. Honestly, why don't you jump to Halo Infinite? I mean, that's kind of the next big topic game. I don't know.
This is where we're really gonna differ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm higher up on it for sure, but I don't know if I'm
definitely not.
How can I be S tier given everything?
I'll be playing Dying Light, so it can't be S tier.
I think I'm
not A tier for me because I've got multiple other games that I would definitely put in a class. Like I'm more excited to play multiple other games before Halo, so I'll probably put it B tier. I don't want to it's not like Shin Megami Tensei for me or FIFA. It's definitely above that. It's better than that. But I'm very concerned, and I don't exactly know what. At this point in time, I actually don't even know what I will be playing.
Yeah.
So that's also a big part of it. Point. I'm not going to be playing campaign. I'm not going to be playing. I'm not going to be playing co-op campaign with friends. I'm not going to be playing multiplayer. So it does kind of lessen my excitement of what am I going to be playing. I'm going to be playing the campaign, which I don't even know what it is yet. I know it'll be Halo.
That's fair.
So.
So let me ask you about this though, in terms of what the tiers kind of mean to you. And now that we've got a couple up here, maybe we can establish that. B tier. Are you playing a B tier on day one, or is that the differentiator between B and A? A is buying it day one, playing it day one, can't wait, like that kind of energy, and B is I'm gonna play it pretty close to after.
Yeah, I was thinking S tier are my most anticipated games,
Colin's sick to play.
I play in today, right away. And then D are games I'm probably not even going to play.
Right, yeah.
So Halo fits somewhere in there. It's I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to be playing Dying Light first.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I like it. So yeah, Halo.
And I'm probably going to put Pokemon as my A game.
Yeah, I think, okay, jump to Pokemon because I'm A on that as well.
So with Pokemon, I'm more excited to play it than Halo. So that's the differentiator. Wow. So that's why it gets the tier above. So I'm more excited to play Pokemon than Halo right now at this point in time.
This is so much fun because I actually feel somehow I'm exactly the same amount of excited for Halo and Pokemon. I was what does that even mean? What does that even mean though?
It means you are a gamer of great taste.
I'm the same excited. Yeah. I'm just the objectivity about it is hilarious to me.
I'm very excited for Pokemon.
Yeah,
long-time listeners of Shaq should know that by now. I'm not a Pokemon fervor diehard.
Yeah,
I'm a casual Pokemon player, but I love Pokemon games. It's one of the only RPGs that I like.
Yeah,
I was so hyped for Sword and Shield, and it let me so down.
Oh man.
But I liked Let's Go. I didn't love Let's Go, but I liked Let's Go. I played I played 60 hours of Let's Go.
Yeah,
and I loved Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah,
top Pokemon game for me, and when I'd say that people, that's what I always get. They're that's crazy. I'm I loved Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They were great. Or Sun and Moon.
The fact that Kato and I on the Nintendo Drive were okay, which one are you getting? Let's sort this out. And I'm that is a sign to me. That's just, how can I have that as a B tier? Where I'm okay, I'm getting Diamond because you're getting Pearl, and then we're gonna trade. We've got that all prearranged. I don't know. Yeah. It seems that's just part of it. So
with Sword and Shield, it let me down from a story angle. It let me down from the open world, Breath of the Wild stuff that they were trying to do. Let me down from their marketing, and I just didn't like a lot of the newness. It's infinite playability. It's Destiny in game. I was I don't want to do. It felt like Pokemon a service.
Yeah,
and I was I don't like this at all. Whereas Pokemon Diamond and Pearl looks like a throwback. And it brings me back to it's just a funny thing. I never played the first Diamond and Pearl. So this will be a brand new experience to me. But I know the experience. The experience looks, you're comfortable. It looks exactly like what I remember. So it's that back to form for Pokemon has me more excited, I think, because I played Sword and Shield. I'm okay, finally, let's get back to the Pokemon that I enjoy. So I'm actually quite hyped for Pokemon.
Does it ever blow you away on how much Pokemon is on Switch? Compared to it's just, we've gotten so used to it, I feel so much Pokemon on Switch. It's if you look back at the Wii U's nothing.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Pokken Tournament, there's nothing on Wii, really.
They did a couple things. It was Pokemon Rumble, or there was Pokemon Rumble, Pokken Tournament. They had didn't they have a theme for the little Mii world that they had over the Mii Plaza?
This is basically my point.
Yeah, they did a couple spin-offs, but they didn't do mainline games. But in their defense, because I remember at the time, this is also, you're talking about a Nintendo before that had a portable market and a console market. And,
of course.
And the Pokemon Company have always said that they are a portable company.
I'm not slamming them not doing anything on the Wii or the Wii U. It's just like, it seems to, maybe this is why it's landing for me personally. Not that I wasn't playing
that makes sense.
DS
or
3DS.
Yeah.
But it's like, now it's just like alongside everything else. Like, I don't know, or it might be my kids. I'm not entirely sure.
This is Iwata's vision.
Mm-hmm.
A consolidated Nintendo.
Yeah, I think that's working, definitely. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited, man. I feel like I'm kind of there. Kato's in the chat. Can't wait to trade. Yes.
Nice.
So excited. Oh, dude.
Very excited.
Well, this is a good exercise for us to go through, because I might have to just like not play some of these other games, but who knows? It's gonna be hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's picking what, but do you want to jump to one? Is there an easy one to jump to the bottom?
My next excited one is Far Cry 6.
Oh, yes. And
I'm torn between an S tier and an A tier.
Sure, yeah.
I'm probably going to go A tier.
I also have to go A. And for a couple of these, man, nothing is guaranteed, but we often get games from Ubisoft. I'll say that. So I will probably be playing this game just because of that. But I am genuinely excited as well. Like, I think I get to play both sides of that coin on this one. So this is an
Far Cry 5. One of my favorite games this past generation. Was my favorite game of the year when it came out. I've talked about it a long time. I really this is my first Far Cry experience. I've tried doing other ones since then, like the old ones, and they didn't click for me. Mm-hmm. Something about Far Cry 5's story, its narrative, those characters, the Seed family, just really hit home for me. But also like the right time, right place, like that Far Cry experience, that outpost, tower, takedown, explosions, like guns, terrific, was great. And this story looks like it would just be on par with that. Yeah. So I'm really, really excited to play Far Cry. I will be playing Far Cry over Metroid when it releases that weekend.
Me too.
The next one that I would add to the chart.
Yeah.
The next one that I would add to the chart would be Metroid Dread. And for Nintendo fans to get mad, it would be a B tier game for me. Only because, like, I don't think I can put it on the same par as Far Cry when I'm absolutely going to play Far Cry first. I'm more excited to play Far Cry than Metroid Dread.
My first C tier game.
Oh, see, here I was thinking I was going to take the heat, and you're like, nope.
Nah, well, and again, so this is the release dates here. I think are important to keep in mind. 10/7, so October 7th is Far Cry 6. I'm all over that game. Well, the one thing I wanted to ask you while you're going on about this is that I feel like with Far Cry 5, there is almost like we can look back on that era of Ubisoft as almost like a boo Sean Capri boo. I'm sorry. Everybody's like Metroid is S tier for me. Not going to happen. I feel like there was a run of Ubisoft games that like could be looked back upon as like the golden age of Ubisoft. And you and I are different.
Ahead of the curve on that one.
You and I are different on Assassin's Creed though, so that's what I wanted to ask you about. Is like, does your love? I think you have a higher love for Valhalla than I do. My heart lies with Odyssey in Assassin's Creed. So that might be the only thing that has me like a little like about Far Cry 6 is that I wonder if my time with Ubisoft with that like every game is going to be amazing. Maybe those days are a little waning at the moment.
Could be. Even I feel like that with some of their games, like Watch Dogs was a mess.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
I didn't like Phoenix Rising as much as I should have. Phoenix Rising was supposed to be everything I could ever want in a game.
Yeah.
And it did not land for me. The story and narrative was awful.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I did not like their little Hercules jokes like that everybody else did.
I like it. I liked it. What I'm waiting on, and I'm going to take like the Kato stance on Metroid in that like if it's great, then I'll be happy to be wrong about it.
I think it's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. I think everything that it's shown so far, I think looks great.
Sure.
It's a couple things. I really like Metroidvanias, but I don't like them as much as most people. It's like not something that I don't play every Metroidvania.
Right, you don't push people out of the way to go get one.
Yeah, there's certain franchises I will. When I play a Metroidvania, I typically like to just play a Metroidvania.
Sure,
if I'm trying to juggle it with other things, I'll never finish it. So that's a big part of me with Far Cry. It's like I really want to play Far Cry because I loved 5 so much.
Yeah.
If Far Cry 6 isn't doing it for me, then it'd be a quick stop, right? I'll stop it and I'll just pick up Metroid Dread. But if Far Cry is doing it for me, I want to do that first because I have more enjoyment playing Far Cry 5 than I ever have out of any Metroid game or any Metroidvania. I would say that.
I liked how balanced yours list looks here. You got 2 S tiers, you got 2 A tiers, you got 2 B. I've got 1 S, I got 4 A's.
Well,
and a C.
I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have a ton of C and D's because I'm literally going in my head by like my most anticipated. So in my head, I'm going by my shopping list. So I don't know if mine's going to be all that balanced by the time we're done.
Yeah,
because some of these other ones don't crack even these top 3 tiers. What I was thinking.
I think Halo might have to be S tier. Like I may be shuffling things around here. Like who am I kidding? I'm gonna be playing for the first moment that I can be playing Halo.
If you wanted it to balance out, what I could do is I could move these.
No, this is your list. This is your list. I'm keeping a separate list on mine.
Then it would be a little bit more balanced, but
yeah, no. I like your
actual excitement. This is the order of my actual excitement.
Yeah, I'm gonna move mine. Okay, so
I'm more excited for the ones at the top than I am at the ones at the
bottom. Of course. It's just it looks very symmetrical, which maybe is just the only thing tapping into my stupid brain. I want to talk about WarioWare because I'm excited about WarioWare.
Okay, hang on one second. Final thought of Metroid.
Oh, okay.
Very, very excited about my OLED.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see what Metroid looks like on the OLED. And I think that's going to be a part of the type cycle. Because that's going to be the game that all of the early access reviewers get. It's going to be Metroid and the OLED. So they're going to be showing you what Metroid looks like on the OLED versus the other ones. Right? And I think that might be a part of its kind of hype cycle a little.
Yeah.
Like it also gets hardware. So like maybe that makes me look at it a little sooner than I'm expecting at this point in time. But yeah.
Tim Alf in the chat said, "Is this list a template?" It is, and I've just pasted it into the chat here. And if producer Ryan can also paste this into the show notes when it goes up on the feed, that would be great. And it's just a basic tier ranking, whatever tier maker thing. It's just got like the titles of the shows.
Let us know in our Discord. So let us know what your rankings are.
Totally.
I like to see them. It's just interesting. I like seeing what other people are into.
Everybody's got Metroid at the top.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's good I'm getting out of the shack by the time that drops because look, I love Metroid, but I like Metroid Prime more than I think I like most Metroids.
Well, listen, I mean, absolutely, I'm way more excited. This is probably blasphemy. I'm way more excited for WarioWare. Like I am way more excited for WarioWare than Metroid.
I'm not just going to act like I've always been a Metroid guy. I'm not.
Me neither, and same here. I'm in the same boat.
You know, I'm not. I've played half of them. I like them. I think they're great. Metroid Prime is great. Super Metroid's great. You know, like they're great, but I'm not going to be like, I know all the stories and all that I found. Like I don't.
Yeah.
and you know, to put it in perspective, I like Metroid, but Metroid's no Ori. Like if that's you're asking me my real opinion, like I think the Ori games are better than Metroid.
Even just the traversal of it, the way Ori feels versus Samus. Like I think Samus.
I would rather play, you know, Ori, the Will of the Wisps, than any Metroid game that I've played those so far.
Yeah. I think we probably
do people are gonna hate
Metroid
us
enough. It's probably
they're gonna be so good that they're gonna be like, it's good this your ass show.
So lots of games to talk about. You know, we got
WarioWare. You're really excited about WarioWare.
WarioWare, I played again today with the kiddos, played the demo, and I'm just obsessed. Like this is the stupidest game. You're plucking arm hair out of this like Greek statue thing,
and
then a rainbow appears.
WarioWare game?
No, I play probably the biggest one that I played was Smooth Moves on the Wii. Like that was my first. That was absolutely my first one too. And I had so much good time, so many good times with friends and family, and just like, you got to see this. Like, it's just wild. It reminds me of almost like a ADD version of like Monty Python. Like as if that wasn't just like distraction enough. Like and there's this thing and there's this thing. And I dig the different characters that you're playing. They each have a different quirk. Like they move a little bit differently, or they do something a little different. A different move, and you kind of have to, the way that they've combined, at least in the demo, the way they've combined the different characters and their movesets with the different levels and their objectives, it seems like it's always so fresh. You're like, oh, I know this one, but oh, this person like only shoots to the right, or this person like Wario, he does a dash. Like it's always different, and so it's just wild, dude. I just every time I finish a run, I want to do it over again. So WarioWare is definitely up there. It's probably an A. Like this is day one, gonna be buying it with the kids, and I think by my own definition, it's got to be an A.
WarioWare is a C for me. I have canceled my pre-order. Listen though. Listen, there's a really good reason for this. It has nothing to do with the game. I played the demo and I thought the demo was great. The interesting thing, and another reason how I'm kind of like tiering these out, everything in B or higher so far, and I think by the end, I've pre-ordered. These are games I'm buying. The C tier is where I'm starting to like, I want to play it maybe, but I'm not there day one. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not pre-ordering.
Yeah.
WarioWare is there for me because it's not because I don't want to play WarioWare. I do. I had a really good time with it, and I liked. It feels like a return to form for WarioWare to me, and I was like, this is gonna be really good for Switch and like mobile.
Yeah.
You know, and but the issue for me is I got a lot to play. You know, it's coming out on the 10th. We're gonna, as we keep going, like, so the next one I'll pull.
Let's wander around this time zone here.
Life is Strange.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Life is Strange, and then I'll be playing Life is Strange until Kena. So like, to me, it's like it doesn't meet the cut. So I'm hoping personally that WarioWare falls in that Black Friday where I can pick up it on a deal. Like maybe I can save $20.
Yeah.
And get it for $40 or something like that, you know.
Yeah. You might be able to find it used for more money somehow. That's
$78.
What I'm like, what the, well, I don't
just
think it's a $60 game. I don't think it's a full price game.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I would like to know from our listeners how many people might take into finances. I bought a new car and a new air conditioner this summer, so I'm not like hurting for money, but I am trying to be somewhat responsible. And there are a lot of games.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I'm having to be a little more. Like I'm having to show favoritism to the games. Like if I'm not gonna absolutely play this game right when I get it, well, then let's wait for Black Friday. Maybe I can save some money.
Fair.
You know, so it falls into that category. Well, while we're here, Sonic Colors is actually the exact same thing.
Damn.
And so is, what's the other one? The other one that's in the Super Monkey Ball. All three of those, I'm going to be looking for Black Friday deals on all three of those. Those are like, if you're shopping.
That's probably smart, though.
Those are my Black Friday games. I'm like, if I wait until Black Friday, I bet I can get those 3 games for half off.
Yeah. That seems more like a B to me, though. Like, C is getting into, like, maybe won't get around to it. And D is, like, absolutely not.
I'm not going to play this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that might be a good way to do things, too.
Like, I could fill up D with half of this list.
Okay.
Like, half of what's less is just D, because, like, I'm not going to play these.
Sure. Well, okay. Let me catch up on Life is Strange as a C for me for the exact same reason that you said. So either a Black Friday deal or Game Pass.
But you know what? You bring up a really good point, Sean. I really don't have a tier of games that I'm interested in, but I'm not buying.
Yeah.
You know what? So let's move my C's up.
Yeah.
And let's move.
Yeah, D is absolutely.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to read. I'm gonna have to redo this. Hang on.
Wow, look at this. Okay, you can describe.
There we go.
What you just did here. Okay, so now you got S tier a lot.
My S tier. These are day and date. I'm so excited. I'm playing these as soon as they happen.
Yeah.
My A tier are games I'm absolutely buying. I'm playing like when they come out, or in Halo Infinite's case, I've got Game Pass. I'm gonna put them in order. I'm more excited for Life is Strange and Metroid Dread than I am for Halo Infinite.
Wow.
The B tier are games that I plan on buying and playing. Like the plan is that I will own them, just not day and date.
Yeah.
The C tier will be I'm interested in this game, but I'm not planning on buying it.
Yeah.
And the D tier is I have no interest in this game at all.
Yep, I'm kind of right with you there as well. In which case I still keep Metroid Dread and Life is Strange in C. You now have Forza Horizon 5, Dying Light 2, Far Cry 6, and Pokemon in S.
Yep, those are my S tier most anticipated games, and that's solid. Yeah. I feel like that's exactly where I am because I'm kind of planning everything around those 4 games. Like these are the 4 games that I'm going to be all in on. Dude, I bought the Dying Light Collector's Edition.
Yeah, it's a stupid edition.
Black light and everything. You know, like
how can that not be in an S tier?
Yeah, you got to. Like I got to put it up there.
What else did you throw up here? Sonic Colors for me. I'm excited about it, and I don't know exactly why. Everybody's telling me that I probably shouldn't.
Sonic Colors is great. Who's telling you that?
Oh, Ryan is. Okay. What?
Ryan is like my favorite Sonic game. Good. I loved that game back in the day. It was awesome. And I think
it looks great.
I think in 4K on Xbox, it's going to be really, really nice. It's a port of an old game, and Sonic games are cheap.
It's funny. I didn't even know that it was a port. I definitely did not know that. So Ryan, I just completely missed it. I said it was awesome. There's no.
Oh, Sean's calling you out.
I don't think so.
Trouble in Driveland.
Don't trust my memory. So let's be completely
Sonic Colors
honest.
is really good. I was telling the Shackers that when it was announced, like Sonic Colors is one of the Wii games that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Sonic fan.
I'm of the mind that 3D Sonic is better than 2D Sonic. I think that's.
I probably agree with you there. Like 3D, the 2D Sonics. Me and Dev got into talking about dumb debates. I should have brought this up. Me and Dev got into a debate one time because somebody was like Sonic versus Mario, and I was like, this isn't even close. They shouldn't even be compared. Are you seriously considering Sonic games to Mario games?
Yeah.
What?
No. We history has been written on that one. My kids were playing Sonic on their tablets today. I was like, where the hell did you even find this? They're playing Sonic 2. I'm like, this sucks, especially on a tablet. Lincoln's like, I don't like, and Lincoln's a Mario kid, you know. It
was it was a great showcase of like technology. So I understand like why that 90s extreme like caught on.
I remember going over to I won't say his full name. Tyler H's house had a Sega. He was an only child. He had a Sega. He was showing me Sonic. I'm like, this is dumb.
I went to my friend's house. He had Sonic and Knuckles, and he was like, "This is the best thing." And I was like, "This is not as good as Mario."
No, not even a little bit. Okay, so apparently Ryan did not say that it was bad. I have to recant my statement a little bit.
That's good. So
what else
I
did you add up here?
For judgment because
I've got Sonic in B. Sonic Colors is a B tier for me.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good.
Even
though,
as
still,
somebody
right?
who just said you're not that into Sonic, it's a B.
I'm not into Sonic. No, this is the thing. Like I think I saw that one. Like that's the one I want. Like that's
where are you gonna get it?
Really good. Probably like oh I thought you meant like what store? I'm like, what do you care? Like Best Buy? I don't know. Amazon.
What's this? Gonna get it? Because
so
this is interesting
play,
because
which probably
Switch.
Switch.
Exactly. It seems Switch like. Right, like you want to get it there, but it's 4K 60 on Xbox and PlayStation, and it's way better than what it's going to be on Switch. It's going to be like 1080 30 on Switch, which is not bad. It's a really good port for Switch, but it's not nearly as. So that's the thing where I'm with the ports on Switch is I'm always like, does portability really matter to you with Sonic? Are you like, yeah, I want to play that port?
For me, no. And the other thing too is that Sonic Colors is on September 7th, WarioWare is on September 10th, so the kids are getting their Switch game with Wario. Well, actually, I don't even know if they're going to want to play that.
Because Sonic Colors specifically, the 4K thing is more of a draw for me than portability.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, I kind of want to see this really bright and vibrant and pretty.
It does feel weird buying it on Xbox, but that's probably where I'm leaning.
That's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. What else did you throw up here? Sonic and then Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, is probably a B for me as well. I don't know why I'm so excited about this one.
On Switch.
Yeah.
Is it coming to the other consoles?
It's got to be. I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm definitely getting it on Switch.
Yeah, this is just silly.
Do you like Super? Have you got another Super Monkey Ball games?
For Wii?
Yeah,
Wii was the last one. Yeah,
and I got one. I have the 3DS too.
When they did the it's remastered, I'm like, that actually looks really good. It's the same thing with Sonic Colors. I'm like, that looks really, really good. So
the gyro on Switch is gonna be a lot of fun. Like, I'm down for Super Monkey Ball. It's awesome.
Brent in the chat says that Sonic Mania was better than any 2D Mario platform originally released on Switch. What are you talking about? I love you, Brent, but that might be banned territory.
That's awful opinion is that?
That's not even like
2D Mario. I could name you 8 2D Marios are better than Sonic Mania.
Definitely.
And I like Sonic Mania. Like that's the thing. That's no slight to Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is one of the best 2D Sonic games ever made.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But come on, 2D Mario. Come on. Get out of here.
Okay, so you've got Sonic Colors, Super Monkey. Am I caught up on with you now? I think. That's
I want to get Kenna on the list. Kenna drops into the A tier, and this is interesting because if we're ranking them side by side, I think I'm more excited to play Kenna than Halo. Yep.
D tier for me.
You have
with
no
Kenna.
Excitement to play Kenna at all.
Well,
you don't have a PlayStation.
PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm sort of by default, but also, yeah.
So you
if I had one, maybe it might be.
So you can throw stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. It looks gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking Zelda-like game, cartoony, and you get a bow and arrow action adventure thing. Like I'm here for it. And the great words of Elena, I'm here for it. I've been all in on Kenna since the moment it was shown. So I can't lie about it. I think I'm more excited to play it because it's a game from a genre that's more my jam than Halo. I may like Halo more. I don't know. Again, I don't know what Halo's campaign is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
No, probably people will hate it. Let's be honest.
People may hate Kenna. Like they're not like a really established developer. Like it looks like a leg up from anything. I think the last time I looked into them.
Those games, when they're on PlayStation, they tend to find an audience. They get the critical acclaim. So like I'm excited for that game and for that developer. Like the fact that you're about it here, I think, is more just like that's what happens with these types of games on PlayStation. It almost never happens on Xbox.
I completely overlooked that the Brent guy said on Switch. I just stopped reading it 2D more.
Originally released on Switch.
Switch. So that would just be else? Super Mario Maker.
Name a single 2D Mario. Oh, so he was being funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Name a single 2D Mario platform originally released on Switch.
You know what? Comments rescinded. You're right.
Fair. Okay. Glad we didn't throw the ban.
Mario Maker 2 was really good though. It was much better than I expected.
Mario Maker 2 is great.
Actually.
Yeah, Mario Maker 2 is great. Mm-hmm. What else? Okay, so we're kind of all over the place in terms of dates. I don't know if that's what. Maybe we'll come back on it afterwards, which is totally fine. Like, because I think you're right.
If we did it one by one per date, I feel like I would have to shuffle at the end.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm gonna have to shuffle either way. I would have to shuffle either way because I'm not really considering dates right now, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the day before this or whatever. But I'll try and keep that in mind more. What else? What comes to mind for you? What about Riders Republic from Ubisoft?
D tier.
Wow.
That game could be free or on Game Pass.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
That game looks like every gimmick and game Ubisoft has ever made thrown in shotgun blasted into one game.
Yeah, seems awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's B tier. I think I'm right in the middle on it. I missed the demo. I think actually there's an open beta happening right now.
Did you play it?
No. So maybe that.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. I was like, so are you that excited about it?
No, because I go back and forth. To be fair, people who have listened to me for a while know this about me with betas. Is sometimes I just don't want to get my fill in when it's the beta thing. Like sometimes I just figure I'm going to be playing it when it comes out, and I'll get there later. Battlefield is another example of that. Like I had an opportunity to play something. Maybe I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to say that. And
Battlefield is also a D tier for me.
Yeah. I think it's a D tier for me as well.
I have no interest.
I'm so sorry, guys. There's people who love it. Bad Bits out there. He loves. I can't even.
The Battlefield multiplayer, I've never been a fan of. I get in there and I just get shot from every angle. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's too chaotic. It's too big for my liking. All the reasons why people love it. All the reasons why I don't. Yeah. And the fact that they're dropping campaign, it's like, no thanks. I'm way out.
I know they had it. Battlefield 5 was, or V or whatever the hell. Like it was so
like
good.
The vignettes. I like Hardline. I love Bad Company and Bad Company 2, some of my favorite games.
Yep.
And I am one of the people, I know I'm in the minority, that hated to see it go away, and I don't like the multiplayer only future.
Same. So and the Battlefield, the model for multiplayer is too big. And I just don't, it does not click with me. Apparently I'm just a Call of Duty kind of kid, and I just can't wrap my head around whatever strategy or approach that I should be doing. I don't know if I feel like I'm running in like, there's a line that I should be running or driving or whatever, and I'm doing the exact wrong one. I am running directly in the bullets for 10 minutes, running into nothing, and then I just get shot. So
I'm on the opposite wavelength because I really like Battle Royale games, and they added Battle Royale, and I didn't like their Battle Royale. You know,
they did?
It's like weird. Yeah, they did Battle Royale and Battlefield 5.
Dude, it was like a year afterwards, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it just didn't work. It didn't.
Yeah, it seems like if anybody was going to be able to be good at that, like
you would hope. Yeah, it's like that's kind of what they do
the whole time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought they would have been good, and I got into it, and I didn't like it either. And it's crazy because I like Battle Royale. That's one of the few multiplayer modes. I like Battle Royale and Horde. Those are the multiplayer modes that you can get me in. Like you want me to play multiplayer Halo? Let's do Battle Royale and Horde.
Yeah.
Did you see the leaks, by the way? There's like some data mining that Battle Royale was in some Halo stuff.
I did see that. Yeah.
I didn't talk about Empire because we didn't want to do spoilers, but I'll do it here.
Yeah.
That excites me. That excites me greatly. I am that person. There's so many people who are like, Halo doesn't need it. I'm like, it does for me.
Yeah. I think it could be huge. And it could be a huge reason why it's
exactly what'll get me to download the multiplayer. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. You want to throw another D tier on the list here?
Death Stranding.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Age of Empires.
Yeah,
Caligula Effect.
Caligula Effect. Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Caligula, where is that?
Jurassic Wars.
Final Fantasy.
Danganronpa.
Oh my gosh.
FIFA.
Oh my god. Okay, this is
Lost Judgment.
Like the
Lego
Yakuza.
Marvel. See, here's the interesting thing. No, we're good. I was going to say Tales of Arise, but I'm interested. It looks so damn good.
Yeah.
It's the presentation and the visuals are so amazing that I have I have an interest in Tales of Arise.
Yeah.
Even though I don't expect for me to like it at all. But like I still kind of want to see it. It looks so stunning that I want to see it on my TV.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Somewhere between a C and a B. I can't exactly decide. It's got to be. I think I'm more excited for Tales of Arise than Metroid or Life is Strange, which is so mean to some people.
That's really good.
I don't. You know, actually, it's probably around the same lines. As much as I liked Tales of Berseria, I never finished it, so I can't really pretend to be like, oh, I'm totally gonna be like anywhere even close to day one for that game. Especially that game is the same day as WarioWare. So
I played the Tales game on Switch for about 15 hours. I was like, this is cool, and then I like most.
Vesperia.
I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't keep doing this forever. You know.
Ryan says, I feel like I should invite Donnie on the RPG cave so I can tell him about Final Fantasy 14 for an hour. I can tell you how it's going to go. Yeah.
Ryan's there for
just for the invite. Like, not even like a respectful decline.
We will cease to be friends. I don't know whatever came that made me not like Final Fantasy. I will say it is one of those things where I don't get it. I've tried to play Final Fantasy and I don't like it, and I don't understand why everybody's into it. I've never had that like good moment. There are people that cry about Final Fantasy.
They really are.
You know, it's like I'm not even close.
The funny thing is that part of me wanted to go like, you should play Tactics, but then I'm like, you'll just be like, this isn't as good as Fire Emblem. I get that feeling that you would be like, that would be maybe one that you could get, not that you couldn't wrap your head around these other games, but like,
and I've played a bunch
close to something that you like.
I played
already.
some of the old ones. I played Crystal Chronicles on GameCube, and I tried Final Fantasy VII back in the day. I think that was the one. Final Fantasy VII was the one where all of my friends at school were like, this is the greatest game ever played. And I played it for like an hour and a half, and I was like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
This game is not as good as Resident Evil. It's not as good as Tomb Raider. You know, it's not as good as Clock Tower. I don't know what the hell these people are going on about.
Yeah. Jose's in the chat. It's good to reiterate here. He said, did my eye deceive me? Final episode of Sweet Hangs. This is the final episode of the free feed. This will become
the weekly free standard show, as you know. This will be a Patreon-only exclusive going monthly. After this, as we the PSVG folks have shuffled up our weekly lineup.
Yep, I think it's great. So it's a good way to end.
I'm looking forward to having a monthly scheduled hangout with you, Sean.
Same. Yep, totally.
We're gonna do it. What did we say? The last week of every month.
Yeah, like something like that. Last Sunday.
That'd be a great like recap, like what you've been up to, what you've been doing. Like that's a really great. I like this. I like this idea quite a bit.
Yep, we get there, man. Okay, so you threw a bunch up here. I think Tales of Rise is a C for me. Can't pretend that it's going to be any more than that, I think, at this point. Let's see what else you did. You did Death Stranding is also a D for me. Age of Empires is a D, which is heartbreaking because I like real-time strategies, but I'm not going to buy that, even though it's Game Pass. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a D for me as well, even though I do like Persona.
They're so hard.
Yeah,
Shin Megami is so much harder than Persona.
Well, and that's just it. And I don't think like are there any cuties in Shin Megami Tensei? Like, is it like where are the waifus? I don't think they're there. Caligula Effect, I actually don't even know what that is. I put this here because it's
by waifus. You mean hot teenagers?
Hot teenagers, yeah. You know,
doesn't it make everybody feel like just seedy when they say you're like, oh.
Eventually, you get over it, and then you forget how far you've crossed the line. For how long? You're like, wait a second.
Absolutely.
We made a choice at one point. We never really looked back, I guess. Final Fantasy 14 is, that's not happening. Call of Duty Vanguard.
Isn't 14 like making a comeback?
It's huge. It's the biggest game in the world right now.
World of Warcraft thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's crushing World of Warcraft right now, which is
wow.
It's not the way it should have gone. At least nobody expected it to be that way.
That is one franchise that I wish I was into. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like all these games where everybody just gets together, hang out, and just like they just focus on that one game.
Final Fantasy is such a big franchise in the world of video games.
Yeah.
You know, and I just have zero love for it. It's almost like at this point, it's almost negative.
Yeah.
It's like I'm almost the opposite effect. I hate on it on purpose.
Oh, damn.
Everybody else loves it so much and I don't.
I think that there's a lot of different ways to get into it as well. I still have 9 on the Switch, and I liked what I played of it. I just didn't stick with it. I'd like to try 6 or 3 or whatever the hell the rules are on. It's all backwards.
What's the one with lightning?
13.
And I remember I got that on
pretty good.
PS3.
A lot of people hate that.
Wasn't it early PS3?
Yeah, on 360 to PS3, yeah.
Or was it PS2?
No, it would have been 360 and PS3.
Whatever. One of them, I thought it was Final Fantasy X. Is that not the one with lightning?
I don't think so. 10 was a multiplayer. Ryan's in the chat here. I think that's where
one
they first
of them.
went
I think I got with the launch of my PS2.
Yeah,
like not launch, but maybe really early on. And that was like one. I think I played the most of that one.
Might have been 12. Could have been 12.
That was like
12
the one
was
that
good.
I had.
A lot
I
of
just
people
remember
like
like this blonde kid, with like open shirt and everything, spiky hair. It's like every Final Fantasy game, right?
I think that is 12. I think that's
like, and that's what I was thinking. And I was like, I played that one.
10 has Titus. It's on PS2.
It was like kind of like a tech showcase of the PS2. I remember at the time I was like, this is.
They all are That's Final Fantasy from 7 on.
And then I still just didn't like playing it. I played it for like a day. It was the only thing that I had to play, and I think I traded it in for whatever else I could play.
Yeah.
So I'm the opposite of what the RPG cave is.
I'm
the RPG cave's like villain. I am the antithesis.
You're egghead.
Yeah, it's exactly to what they want. Exactly.
Just come on in. Kato has a good question. Why are there so many Final Fantasy games?
Who knows?
There's no way to know. What else did you throw here? Jurassic World.
What the hell is the Caligula effect?
Why? We don't need to talk about the Caligula effect.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I. So whatever.
What is Lost Judgment? Is that a Yakuza game?
It's a Yakuza game. Yeah. It's a D for me as well.
I still got to play Judgment.
Yeah.
I bought Judgment and I played it for about 3 hours, and I have never made it way back to it. So
yeah, you're not thrown or swayed by Jeff Goldblum making his return in Jurassic World Evolution.
No,
I feel like I'm missing a tier
for
this one.
Presentation was. I remember that.
Yeah,
Jeff Keighley's little thing. Well, that was awful. And I remember saying that. And everybody loves Jeff Goldblum. You can't say anything wrong about him. And I love Jeff Goldblum, but not for the same reasons. He was in The Fly, which is absolute must-watch stuff. Yeah. But I was just like, this is awful.
Jurassic World Evolution is very fun, but I don't know that I feel like I'm missing a tier for this one specifically. Where I'm like, I don't want to close my mind completely to it. Where a lot of like Henna, Battlefield, like I'm not playing these games. But Jurassic World is like probably not gonna play a game. I guess technically it has to be a D right now, but it's probably the first rated D game for me. Because realistically, like with everything else going on, like,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Let me see if I can order these a bunch. So
like Call of Duty's probably right behind it.
Oh, that hurts. So I'll put Shin Megami Tensei up in my D category.
Yeah.
I will put Age of Empires up in my D category.
Ryan says Caligula effect is like Persona. It's fun. So
yeah, that means nothing to me.
Put it right beside Shin Megami Tensei.
Sorry, Ryan.
Put it right there.
Your RPG rose-colored glasses lead you astray.
Tim says my wife says there should be a plus minus levels for these letters, like a C plus, C minus. Oh, that's
yeah. I mean, that's where you really get into the nuance, right?
There's still ways to do it. I mean, we're most of the way through that. I think slotting
for
a lot
Jace out there
are pretty good.
I'd like to just make the point known on the audio that Danganronpa will be the very last game on my list. It's both a personal vendetta and also true.
Sure, I think I do have to put it in D at least at this point until I get through. I bought a bunch of the other games on Steam. I just haven't gotten around to it, so I think that tells you everything.
Call of Duty,
about it.
If you didn't listen to our shows, is a game that Sean and I differ greatly on, because I thought Call of Duty's game demo looked fantastic, like I do most every year, because I really like Call of Duty games, and I thought I'm excited about the Return to World War II. I think it's cool that we get to play as the Soviets and we're in Stalingrad.
I should be excited about all this.
Good material there. And I think just visually what they showed looked tremendous. The Activision stuff that's going on gives me pause. But more than that, just so I'm clear with our listeners, I usually buy Call of Duty every year. I think every year for the last 5 or 6 years I've bought Call of Duty day and date and played the campaign. Last year's game, Cold War, I played. I liked it a lot, but it was also very short.
Yeah.
I didn't feel burned. I was just like, I probably just shouldn't have bought this day one.
Yep.
I probably should just waited on the first sale and then bought it. So with all that's coming out, that's where I'm like with Call of Duty at the moment. It's like, I can wait on a deal. So it goes into my B category. And it's probably ahead of, if I was to put these in rankings, Sonic.
Yeah.
Just because I played Sonic already.
I've actually now moved it. Call of Duty is the top of my D tier, and it really matters on, this is where you and I are going to differ as well, is if anybody else is playing it, like if all my friends are playing Call of Duty multiplayer, then like maybe it's a Black Friday.
Maybe you jump in.
Maybe. But we got it. There's a bunch of us who got Black War. What the hell is it called? Black Ops Cold War.
Cold War.
Like day one last year, and it's like we regretted it for months.
I really liked the campaign.
That. Yeah,
but it was over. I beat it in like a day and a half.
Yeah, I didn't even like the campaign all that much. I didn't like the one before that either. What the heck was that one called?
Modern Warfare. The kind of like the reboot.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that
campaign. I thought that
a lot of everybody else did. A lot of people really liked it. I didn't.
Yeah, I really liked that.
That's the one that I said it was like it was like a season of 24. I'm like, I've watched this before.
Yeah, it was like that. But I thought it was visceral would be the word that I would use.
Yeah.
Like there were so many people poking out from like behind doors and under beds and stuff. I was like, this is like a whole new campaign. Like,
when I think visceral is World War II. That was the one. Like that was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is real. Like people really did this,
like beach landing and everything.
Yeah, was it? Did they have a Pearl Harbor? They definitely did like the Normandy kind of.
Yeah, Normandy. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry, Normandy. That's in my head. Yeah.
They should have a.
Again,
can you imagine?
If you're worrying about the Mario thing that happened on Shaq last week, that's in my head. I'm going beach, 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 beach.
wait for the Call of Duty that has Pearl Harbor and you play as the Japanese. And you just keep respawning.
What if they did could you imagine if they would ever have the balls to actually do Call of Duty and you play as Nazis?
Yeah.
Oh, but you people would be super mad.
That'd be terrifying, actually. That would actually would be.
Yeah. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just like, I'm to be clear, I said that out loud for like dramatic effect.
Yeah.
To be clear, I don't want them to do that. I'm just saying that like they're letting you play as the Soviets. You mentioned play as the Japanese. Like I wonder if they would ever actually approach that where they have a mission or something where you go the opposite way.
People would read into that so much on so many wrong levels. Yeah, I feel like even the fact like for you to say that, right?
That's
even
untouchable, isn't it?
Like, what do you want to fantasize about that? Like, you want to? Are you trying to influence people in a certain way? And it's just like, no, it just is a thing that happened. You know,
it's way too much. It's way too far.
Apparently, yeah. I mean, if there's going to be a thing that may be defining the extreme of too far, that's probably not the worst.
Yeah, I could imagine they could probably, and this historical person, I can imagine they could probably do something like if you were like operating like a U-boat or something on like a specific mission. Yeah, because I mean, in a lot of ways, I know that Kotaku made fun of them for this, but they do a really good job of doing an accurate portrayal of history a lot of times. Yeah. Not necessarily story-wise or people, but the events that happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, poof, wow.
What else did you throw up here? Lego Marvel Superheroes is probably a D for me as well. As much as I'd like to play that with my kids.
That game is so old.
Yeah. It's coming out again on, what the hell day is that?
Switch.
October 5th.
They're bringing it back to Switch, right? It's a Switch-only release?
Yeah. Yeah. What else did you put up here? Lego. It's all mixed up. NHL 22 is man, we need a separate category for this. This is a EA Access, EA Play built in with
Game Pass
10-hour plus. That'll be it. So I guess that makes it up to a C for me. Wow. I think it's a D for you. Same thing with FIFA. So it puts right next to FIFA. I will play that for 10 hours. I like those games quite a lot. And that's kind of where it is.
I do not, and I will not.
What else did you do? FIFA and then Danganronpa. Okay, I think I'm caught up with you.
I'm very excited for the one. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
What about NBA? I kind of like what's
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni's D. Yeah. And while we're still adding with D's, Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. I haven't played any of them. Won't start with this one. And that might be Deathloop is a D for me because I don't have a PlayStation.
The Dark Pictures is an interesting one for me because I played the Man of Medan and hated it. Thought it was awful, just awful. Yeah. Me and my wife played it together, and she wanted me to turn it off. And like it wasn't just me. She was like, "This is bad." But our board with video game crew, they've played them all together, and they keep saying how great they are. So I have a curious interest in be like, maybe it's better.
Yeah.
They're saying, did we lose them?
Yeah, it looks like the stream is down for a second as somebody is putting their hands through their hair.
Uh-oh. I didn't see that at all.
Ryan's taking notes right now.
Okay.
I think it just happened.
Okay. Well, I'm still recording.
We're back. You fixed it. Whatever you did, it worked.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hopefully they can still see it. Anyway, okay. So the Dark Pictures Anthology, I have a curious interest as a horror fan only. I will not buy it. But I'm interested in playing it, like if it comes to Game Pass, or if it's on a really cheap sale or something. But I don't know where to put it, Sean. Do I put it in the C category, or do I put it like my first D?
D plus.
D plus. right in the very front of the D
Tim's
category.
right. Tim's wife is right. Probably plus minus. Yeah.
Yep. So this is interesting because the ones that we have left now we're talking.
Do NBA because we kind of just came off of the other sports ones, and both NHL and FIFA are D for you. But I was interested to hear your thoughts on NBA.
NBA is a C tier game. I love the NBA. I'm an avid fan. I play them often. I play them every year. They're great visual showcases, but I have last year's on multiple consoles, so I'm not in a hurry to go get it. I'll pick it up on sale. Also, I'm not sure. Do you follow sports games much?
I wouldn't say follow.
Okay, the marketing run on 2K22 has been really, really short.
Right.
So a lot of people are kind of thinking it might be in that Madden tier where there's just not a whole lot to it this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't seem like something you need to rush out and get.
I have an issue with the NBA 2K games. Basketball, I'm just going to go ahead and say it doesn't need to be that complicated. Doesn't need to be that complicated to control, to play. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than NHL, in my opinion. But it is. That game is hard as hell to play, and I don't appreciate it. So D tier for me looks great. I want to that's the game I want to throw up on the TV and invite people over and go look how good that looks, because it looks that good.
Yeah, Visual Concepts does a great job.
I'd rather play MLB, to be honest with you. But the problem with that is baseball games don't need to be 9 innings, and there doesn't need to be 300 games a season, or 160 or whatever. Yeah. I think I probably.
Yeah, the show is very good.
Yeah. So that's me in NBA. I'd like to be more into it, but they lost me. It's too complicated, too complex. Give me an easy mode.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and throw Skatebird in the D tier.
Yeah.
I've played the demo multiple occasions. Plus, I've had Tony Hawk come out, and I've played it, and I played Tony Hawk on Switch and Xbox. I'm good. I don't need Skatebird anymore. I was excited about it. And then everything else released, and now I kind of don't need it anymore.
I'm the exact same. I played the demo, and I don't know if it was just because of the state that the demos were in at that like the E3, like there's 200 demos or whatever on Xbox. It didn't feel good at all. Like no. I want my skateboarding to, I almost said skateboarding, skateboarding to feel nice and flowy, and it should feel like arcadey, and it just seemed like it was barely hanging on.
You remind me that you're missing a game. There's a game missing here.
Am I?
My lists, yeah. The Artful Escape. They hits Game Pass in a couple weeks.
I don't even know what that is.
That's that Artful Escape, like the guitar platformer, like big, glamorous things. The Xbox E3 5 years ago, and it went away forever, and it's coming out next week, like two.
Where would that be for you?
Probably B. No, A tier. Yeah. Well,
oh wow.
No, I'd be a B tier behind. Just behind Call of Duty. Okay. How do you want to handle these ones?
Whatever you want. Pick one next.
Let's just do them in order then. Deathloop. I'm very interested in Deathloop, but I have so much to play.
Yeah.
I would like to get it on a deal. I'm not planning on buying it, so it'll be I'll put it into my number one ranking on my C. It's my C plus at this time.
It's a default D for me because no PlayStation 5, but also I wish I was more excited about Arcane games. I don't know. Everybody's really. I'm glad people are excited about it.
I think Deathloop looks dope. It looks so damn good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
But here's the thing: is again, my rankings really do take into account the dates. As I said earlier, Life is Strange on the 9th, Kenna on the 21st.
Yeah,
Deathloop is out the 14th.
Right in the middle.
I cannot do all three of those games at once. So Deathloop, I push off.
Sale.
I'll hope to get it. I'm not going to wait for it to come to Game Pass. I'll get it.
Yeah.
On a deal.
Yeah.
Maybe around Black Friday, maybe after the first of the year, depending on how the calendar shakes out. But I'll definitely get it. Like, the other thing about Black Friday is I think for my Black Friday plan, I'll specifically be going for Switch deals. Yeah. Because, I've got Dying Light coming. So I don't need to pick up Deathloop because I'm not going to be playing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because Dying Light will be the first week of December, and I'll just be playing that indefinitely.
Yeah.
So, I can wait till January or February or March for Deathloop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim in the chat says I'm excited for Deathloop as well, and it's usually not my type of game. I think that's a lot of people, and I'm glad. Arcane's a good
rogue
studio.
Thing that they're doing also gives me hesitancy because I don't like mini games.
That's why I'm surprised.
Yeah. But I do like Arcane, and it looks really cool. I'm really into the marketing that they've done for it. So
what about Diablo? Diablo 2 is you're not a Diablo player.
I'm not, but I really like Diablo 3.
Yeah.
The Activision thing is
I know.
This is the one. See, like I'm more into Call of Duty, and I know that like that's the one that most people are saying like, you know, vote with your wallet. But the date 9/23 again. I'm playing Kena. The dates and the Activision thing and the thing and that I'm not that into Diablo really hurts it for me. So it'll be in my C category.
Yeah, I want to get it. I'm with you.
I want to get it on Switch, but I'm going to get it on cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get it later.
And I don't think it's cross play. I think it's cross progression. So if you buy it in multiple places, your character will go with you, which, I mean, that just means you have to buy it multiple times. Like, people are thinking about not buying this once from you. Damn it.
Yeah.
Blizzard. Okay. Yeah, I think, and this actually pains me quite a lot to put it into C. Just the fact that I'm even buying it at all probably upsets some people, or considering buying it at all probably upsets some people. But it kind of depends on also who else is buying it. And if nobody else is buying it, then that kind of like default puts it into D, because I want to play that with other people. The other thing to keep in mind, if you like 3, I think some people who have only ever played 3 will look at 2, and they might be thrown off a little bit. It's a little more. It was a PC game. So it'll be interesting to see how much quality of life they brought over. But like, it's a harder game to manage. Like, you've got your inventory, it doesn't do quite. Yeah, it's a little bit more Resident Evil 2 versus Resident Evil 4 kind of thing. Like, it's a little more like hands-on.
So I thought they were making it in Diablo 3's. Like, I thought they were
like engine looking at, but I don't think. I think your inventory management. Yeah, I don't think so. Ryan again is in the chat.
Down for a D for me.
So I think you need to. Hearing that makes me not.
I'll move it down then. It'll be my first game in the D tier.
Yeah, it's my last game in my C tier.
Okay.
At this point, so I think we're similar on that. What was Sable? I think you were excited about Sable. Did you play the demo for Sable?
Sable goes into the A category.
Damn.
I am very excited for Sable. It's going to be hard because, again, I'll be playing Kena at the time. But I want to play Sable, and I will get to Sable as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I'm interested in knowing how long it is.
Yeah.
Because it's a very Breath of the Wild-esque game without combat.
Yeah. You want it short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to do that for 30 hours. Like it's you know, it's just there's not a whole like there's a lot of puzzling and stuff which I like, and the game is beautiful in its own stylish way. So I played the demo, the whole thing, and I really liked the demo. So I'm really into it. I'm excited to play it. I'm planning on playing it as soon as possible, which is why it's in the A tier, not the B tier, because those other games I'll be waiting on deals, so it's better than that. But it's at the bottom. Like I'll get to it when it's convenient.
Yeah. I was not won over by it at all. It's in a D tier for me. I'll wait and see, and could be convinced by maybe some other glowing reviews or something.
In my opinion,
could be. Yeah, I don't know. It's
got like crazy Star Wars vibes.
Yeah,
I said that, and like people were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You should play it." It has like this kind of like Tatooine, Anakin type thing. Like you're out in this desert, and you like put like this little pod together, and you just go zoom around. It's kind of empty, and yeah, it's interesting. It's got like, if anything gets me out of it, it seems like it has like this collecting, crafting type thing.
Yeah.
And if that gets a little choreful, then I'll quit on it early. The great thing about this game is on Game Pass. It launches on Game Pass, so I can get to it whenever I want. Yeah. And it won't cost me anything extra to do it. So that's the benefit of that.
I think Chelsea is playing Breath of the Wild upstairs right now with the kids, and they love it when she makes dubious food. Like they think that is the funniest thing in the world, man.
I'm very excited to replay it on my OLED.
Yeah. Still plugging away at Wind Waker. I'm the dumbest Wind Waker player, by the way.
I'm sorry?
I never know where to go in Wind Waker.
Oh, you need a guide.
I'm really dumb with it.
Get a guide.
I'm very slow. I seem to be playing it when I'm really tired as well. I'll get a guide. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I mean, we're mostly just playing with the kids, so it's off topic, though. Back 4 Blood is up next, Donnie. Multiplayer. This is up your alley.
It is.
Game Pass day 1.
It comes out at a hard time.
Yeah. October 12th.
Probably my first B tier game.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you. It's a huge result of it is the fact that it's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
I don't know, and this is like, I played the beta. I really liked what I saw. It's exactly what I would want from the studio and the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, all these things. And still, I'm like, I don't know if I would pay for this. I'm very cheap as well. But it's Game Pass, and everybody hopefully will be playing it alongside.
My issue, the reason that it's in my B tier, and I actually might even move it. I could move it back. There's a part of me that would like to say I even put it behind Call of Duty. And the reason is, it's a game meant to be played co-op.
Yep.
I think most of the people who are going to be playing co-op are going to be playing it that day.
Yeah.
and I'm going to be playing Far Cry.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to be playing Far Cry Metroid. So by the time I get to Back 4 Blood, I don't know how many people will be there to play with me.
Yeah.
So like actually in thinking about it like that, I can actually move it behind these other ones because it's going to be there. But like, am I planning on playing it anytime am I going to play Back 4 Blood in October? Probably not.
See, but I don't see it like occupying the type of space that a lot of people talk about with multiplayer games. Like for me, it'll be there. Like Far Cry 6 will be my focus as of October 7th. 5 days later, Back 4 Blood will happen. You're right. I think a bunch of us will jump on that day and maybe the next day and maybe once a week for the next whatever, maybe a month or so. But I'll be playing Far Cry outside of that.
I'll be doing Far Cry, and then I'm going to be doing Metroid.
No, that's a C for me, so I'm clear on that. NHL is the 15th. FIFA is the 1st, which are C tiers for me. So I think I'm still okay on this front.
Okay. And if I have friends that want to play, then maybe I'll hop into it earlier. Because I was hoping for a World War Z like moment with Back 4 Blood. I love Left 4 Dead. Yeah, this is my jam. Like zombie shooters, like hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so good.
Like this is great. But like I'm specifically thinking like I don't know who I'm gonna play with. Yeah. I played what's that other zombie shooter that came to Game Pass? Can't even think of it right now.
Like World War Z?
No, yeah, but like the sniper. You remember like the sniper team? They made that.
Wasn't it actually like Zombie Sniper Elite or something?
yeah. But the one that just came out was like number 4. It was really great. I actually liked it a lot, but I played it mostly solo because we could never find people to play with. So anyway, I expect that I'll be playing Back 4 Blood probably mostly solo. Probably around Halloween.
Probably, yeah. Actually,
that's when I'll be playing.
Yeah. Fatal Frame looks good, man.
It does, but I've got issues, Sean. I got major issues. I'm gonna buy Fatal Frame reluctantly. It's gonna be in the back of my B tier because it is not a physical release. It pisses me off.
This is in my C tier. It's so funny that like this looks good to hit my radar.
Zombie Army. Thank you, Romaine. That's the game I was saying.
Zombie Army.
The Zombie Army 4. The game was dope. I loved that game. It was a lot of fun.
I didn't play that one.
It was very basic. You get on the boat, you fight all the zombies that come. You get off the boat, you fight all the zombies that come. You get in the building, you fight all the zombies that come.
Sure.
It's pretty tough though. Like they had some bosses stuff. Me and Kevin had a blast. We played it for a couple weeks. And it was guns were good. Zombies were chunky. I had a lot of fun. I know that Fatal Frame will have physical release in Japan. I'm not planning on import the game. Look,
I've never imported a game.
I have. I love Fatal Frame, the series. I have not played them all, so I'm not like No More Heroes into Fatal Frame, but I like Fatal Frame. I've played most of them. I've already played Made in Blackwater. It's not good enough to import. It's good. It's not that good. Like it's not Resident Evil. Like it's not that good.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to import it just to have a physical copy. I wanted to have a physical copy because it was only a digital release on Wii U. I have it on Wii U. Like, so I can play the game already. I wanted a physical Switch copy because I was upset that they never released a physical copy. So I'm going to buy it again. I'm going to buy it on Xbox. I want to see it at its best.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in reviews.
Yeah.
If the reviews come out and it's like a straight port, I may even push it even further.
Oh yeah.
Like I may wait for a really cheap deal just to like add it to the library, like a back compat thing. But I'm hoping that it's like a really nice port. I would love to know it's 4K, it's running great, it looks beautiful. That would make me a little more interested. But I've got issues. I could even call it a C+.
That's why everything you said sounds like a C to me, and which is where it is for me as well.
I'll take because you know what? I'm actually more excited to play Deathloop than this. But I really like Made in Blackwater. I've talked about it for a long time, so
yeah,
I'll move it down to the C. Actually,
I think it showed really well the last time that we saw it. I was like, and
I'm also interested. How does that work without the Wii U gamepad? Like I know how it'll work, but like how do people when they start playing it, how do they feel?
Smart glass.
It'll
second
be like
screen experience.
It'll be like Zombie U.
Yeah,
Zombie U is great on Wii U. Zombie U is not so great on Xbox.
PlayStation. Yeah.
What
are your thoughts on Mario Party All-Stars or Superstars? Superstars.
I'm absolutely getting Mario Party the day it comes out. So I'm gonna put it in the A tier. I think I'm more excited to play Halo just because I know what Mario Party is gonna be. Totally. It's gonna be a bunch of old Mario Party games put together.
Yeah,
that means I'm gonna have a fucking blast playing it though.
Yeah. So the reason I say, like, I feel like I've gotten my butt kicked this year by Mario Party by accidentally buying a second one, kind of getting duped into, you know, funny. The fact that I did that.
Do you know how many times I've done that with horror movies? I've done like 5 or 6 times the horror movies.
Yeah, with $80 games.
I forgot where the disc was, where the shelf was, you know? I've done that a bunch.
Yeah, there was a thing. And then they go ahead and release another one in the same year. And here I am. I mean, this is the Nintendo effect. Absolutely, this is A tier by default. This will be purchased on day one. I will be playing it with at least the family, and who knows who else is going to be around playing this thing. This could be us celebrating Halloween together online.
Mario Party. It could be
Mario
fun.
Party is on October 29th.
I was thinking of the last couple of years of my Halloween. You know, I've been doing the movie, like the drive-in movie thing. But you know, that one year I had a lot of fun. I set up like a TV and everything up on the porch, and I played games. Yeah, we played Mario Party while we trick or treat.
Totally,
that'd be fun.
I think that's a great idea. So here I am. I've said a lot of smack about Mario Party this year, and it's an A tier game.
So see, Mario Party is going to, and I know people are not going to like this. It's going to absolutely outsell Metroid. In droves.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about. I think both games are going to do really well. You think that much? You think that much? Yeah. I have to look back on what Mario.
I think Metroid's going to break all the Metroid records. That's going to excite people. I don't like. There's this Switch effect where I don't know where I would comfortably guess for Metroid. Like, I think Metroid could easily get into that 6, 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you look at like what's the damn workout game?
Oh, Ring Fit. We did like 10 or 11. Yeah.
It's like I think Metroid can get maybe like on the heels of that. But you look at the Mario Party that came out and how far it's going, it's like that game is not even that good. You know, like this game I think is like so much better than that game.
You know, like the charts that they do, it's like the updated Mario Kart is at 38 million, whatever. Animal Crossing's at 39. Like those, they have a really nice like visual for that. Every time they do that, I should just print it out and have it on my wall here, because I feel like I reference that all the time. You know, like what's
good reference
where they're all at. I think it's really interesting.
Mario. Yeah, so I feel comfortable in saying I would guess. Obviously, I could be wrong. Yeah, I would guess Mario Party would outsell Metroid 2-1, maybe 3-1, but I think 2-1. I think Metroid's going to sell very well. Yeah, I think there's enough hardcore Switch players. I think we can get Metroid to like 7, 8, like 10 would be.
Oh my god!
I would be shocked if it got to 10. But like if you were like,
I think it's going to be like 4.
If it gets to like 6, I'd be like, yeah, that's like Metroid's hype. It's a big game plus all the Switch stuff. It might get to 6.
I think if it does, but I think if it does hit 4, then that's a good thing. Like you should be happy with 4. I think it'll hit 4 and people will be like, oh no, exactly.
Yeah. Ryan says, I'm buying so many of Donnie's D tier games day one. Well, I mean, that just shows you how different players we are.
Garrett Bland in the chat says AoE 4 and Shin Megami Tensei at D tier, and he's crying. And then Tim goes, it's okay, you missed the Metroid Dread talk.
So what Ryan should really be upset about is not my D tier. He should be upset that Sean doesn't have Life is Strange higher. What the hell?
That's expected though. And I will play it eventually. I like these games. That is no reflection on that. It's more of just my approach to these games has to be like, I'm not playing it because it came out. I'm playing it because it's at a point in time where I just want to have that type of experience. And maybe when it does come out, that's exactly what I will be wanting, in which case I have no problem changing my mind.
I'm so excited for
those are especially the type of games that I don't want like dictated in terms of my playlist based on the fact that it came out.
I got you. Life is Strange is absolutely, I got to play it as soon as it comes out, as fast as possible.
Yeah. It's actually out of respect in a weird kind of way that I don't have that as like a tier day one. It's like, I really just want to get everything that there is to get out of that game. So
nice.
Grand Theft Auto 5 Remaster is on Remembrance Day in Canada, on Veterans Day in America. Is that what it is?
No idea. Don't remember.
No clue. I always know that whatever your veterans. November 11th holiday is, that you guys don't really hold it, because Memorial Day, that's holidays, the big deal.
Here's holidays mean nothing to me. I don't even know when Memorial Day. Like
snap!
I'm really not the person to ask for this.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not very good with dates.
Well, it's the Grand Theft Auto Day.
Yes, which I am very excited about.
Yeah,
I'm more excited for the remaster trilogy. I'm like waiting for that to be announced.
Yeah, but I think I am too.
I've been talking about it all year. I'm actually very excited to go back to Grand Theft Auto 5. I hope the performance and the patch and like the new version is everything we want it to be. I'm hoping it refines the controls. I'm hoping it refines the textures. I hope it looks like a next gen version of GTA 5. If it does, if it's like this is it, like they did it, then this game goes way up for me.
Yeah.
Like
interesting.
I'm very excited. So I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to oversell it because here's the thing: we don't know. We haven't seen it. So like, is it just kind of like an up-res, or is it actually really good?
That's kind of what I was expecting. In which case, for me, it's a D.
If it's really
I don't need
good,
this again. I bought it again on Xbox One after having it for the 360. I never played it.
If it's really, really good version, if it's like a next-gen version.
Hang on a second. Everybody's in the chat's going like, is the GTA 5 remaster confirmed? It launched the confirmed. PlayStation 5 reveal. Like, it was the first thing that you saw.
Yeah, the GTA 5 thing is confirmed. The remaster trilogy has not been confirmed. But the date, Rockstar themselves have confirmed the date.
Right.
Like, the date's confirmed.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen it. And that's where I'm at. Because if you were to tell me what's like the best idea of like a next-gen port, like Forza or Gears, like a next-gen port of a current game. Like when you think of like, enhanced for Series X, what's the best version?
Well, I think like Ori comes to mind.
For Series X?
Yeah, I think the 4K 120.
Okay. Yeah, so if it's as good as that, like if it's
Gears 5 is a good example. Yeah,
if it's the ultimate version of GTA 5 and like when they show it, it's visually different. It's like, this is amazing. It probably goes right behind Life is Strange on my A tier. It probably goes in front of Metroid.
Crap.
But because we don't know.
Like, for what? Like, are you going to do the campaign again? Like, what are you going to play?
Absolutely play the campaign again. I love Grand Theft Auto. This is my So like Ryan is to RPGs like how I am to like open world. I love open world
that's a good
games.
point. That's a good
point. It would go right up there for me because we don't know. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get it either way. But because we don't know how good it is, I'm gonna put it ahead of Halo.
But you got Pokemon right around the corner, man.
Yeah, I know.
Pokemon's a week after that.
It doesn't matter. If GTA is great, I'm getting it anyway.
And you're in the middle of Forza Horizon 5 on the 9th.
I'm buying GTA 5.
Your whole system is breaking.
I'm buying GTA 5 either way.
Oh my gosh. You got
better. Like everybody in PSVG can tell you. I've been talking about this for 2 years, how they remaster GTA.
You got better racing in Forza. You got better shooting in Far Cry. You got, what else is here? You don't need.
I loved GTA 5's trilogy. I loved the campaign. I thought it was great. I love those characters.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I guess I just don't feel like I need it.
That's cool. I do. It's not that I need it. It's I just want it.
I feel like I can also just play the version that I bought on Xbox One on my Series X.
Yeah, you can. I did when I got my Series X, and it's just not like it. It doesn't hold up that well anymore. Like it looks old. Like I want it to look great again. Like if it looks like okay, we talked about this on XX Empire. Multiple times, actually, before the Series X.
Also, they're charging you for an upgrade. Like that's the whole thing. I just don't want to do that anymore.
It's gonna be $70. Like I'm gonna pay for it.
Oh, dude!
When the Series X was launching, we had somebody ask us like, "What game from this current generation do you want remastered?" And I told Elaine GTA 5. She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "There's a lot of work that can be done. Like you can do a lot."
Yeah.
It really, it's an old game. It looks old. It looks, like even with what they did for PS4, Xbox, it doesn't hold up anymore. So if they really do it like Rockstar can, and it looks like Saints Row 3 does on Series X.
Yeah.
Like Saints Row Remastered looks great. If they do it like that, I'm so excited to play it. Very excited.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's just it's a total miss for me. Saints Row has never clicked for me. I'm just happy to pass. There's too many other games to play.
Garrett says he's like this with Skyrim. Yeah, similar. Like I just really love the game. So
yeah,
I'll totally buy a really beautiful version of it. Like I want it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything like that for me. If they just kept remaking it, remastering it, it just keeps getting better. Like, would I buy?
About every copy of Wind Waker they put out.
Yeah,
I'd buy a demaster copy.
I mean, what I want them to be doing that is for a bunch of those Mario games, or
Yeah,
but they didn't really do that. But I probably would have bought them over and over again.
And you still will.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got one left, Donnie. One left, and then we maybe reconfigure our list if possible. We got Advance Wars. I think you're more excited on this one than I am.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I've already pre-ordered it, so it goes above the ones that I didn't. It's probably ahead of Sable. It's probably behind Mario Party.
I'm not buying it. So that puts it's not a D.
So that's a C at least.
It's up at the top kind of end of C. I've got a lot of competition at the top end of C. I'm very curious on it. It's
Dev,
the beginning of December.
Most anticipated games of 2021. Sean has his own list. This is my list. So don't get all upset.
Yeah, for anybody joining too, S tier is absolutely like we would call in sick. We're going to play this game day one, no matter what. Like
as soon as possible. Yep.
At the moment it launches, the moment it releases, that we can fire up the game. A is basically as close to that as possible. Like you're going to be buying it probably day one, first week. B tier is probably within the first couple of weeks. C is kind of like waiting for a sale, maybe a Black Friday list, perhaps. And D is the Donnie Reese absolutely not tier.
And in my head, my top tier, again, playing it right away. My A tier, I'm pre-ordering. We'll play them. I do have them in order from left to right. A lot of it's about dates, like which ones I'm going to be playing first. The B tier are games that I plan on buying, just not right away. The C tier I'm interested in, but not buying at the moment.
That's well
said. The D tier, I have no interest.
Absolutely not. Yep. Okay, well, you did. Where did you put whatchamacallit? Advance Wars.
One? Advance Wars is an A tier game for me.
Yeah.
Behind Mario Party, although I'm probably more excited to play it by myself. It's just I know I'm gonna play Mario Party with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hard time ordering my A tier, to be honest with you. So do you want to run down?
Life is Strange is definitely ahead of Kena. Kena's definitely ahead of Metroid. Metroid Dread's probably ahead of Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto's ahead of Halo. Like, I'm good with this. This works.
I think part of the reason it breaks my brain a little bit is I'm legit going to be playing some of these before just because they come out earlier. Like I could order these just by like when they come out.
Yeah.
And then I would be happy with that. So I think
this means I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. I'm buying 12 games in the next 3 months. Day one. And then you can add another 5 or 6 before the end of the year.
Well, buying, I mean, how many of those? So you got Forza and Halo are Game Pass.
Yeah, so is Back 4 Blood. So is Sable.
So is the Artful
Escape, which we're... No, I've got Back 4 Blood in the B tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got, okay, so let's compare S tiers. Your S tier, we'll do the rundown here. S tier, you've got Forza Horizon 5 on November 9th. You've got Dying Light 2 on December 7th. You got Far Cry 6 on October 7th. And Pokemon Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Diamond, Brilliant, I don't know.
Pokemon
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
on November 19th. I thought I had it. I was really confident for a split second there.
Solid.
Which one was which? My S tier is only as a true X-bot. My S tier is Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite are my only S tier games. A tier is Dying Light 2, Pokemon Diamond Pearl, Far Cry 6, WarioWare, Get It Together, and Mario Party All-Stars. And why don't you run down your A tier here?
My A tier, I've pre-ordered every one of these games. Life is Strange True Colors, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Metroid Dread, Grand Theft Auto 5, the remaster or the next-gen release or whatever they're calling it, Halo Infinite, Mario Party Superstars, Advance Wars, Reboot Camp, and Sable.
My B tier is Back 4 Blood on October 12th, Sonic Colors Ultimate on September 7th, Super Monkey Ball on October 5th, and Riders Republic from Ubisoft on October 28th.
My B tier are games that I'm definitely planning on playing, not day one, either because of dates or other reasons. I can save money on a deal.
Same here.
And it's WarioWare, Call of Duty, Super Monkey Ball, Back 4 Blood, and Sonic Colors.
You should launch. I like how you're describing these. You're doing a better job. Go into your C tier as well.
My C tier games that I have a curious interest in, either because I think the visuals look cool or I have a connection to games in the past in the franchise, but I'm not planning on buying them right away, and I'm not planning on buying them like soon. I'm just they're on my radar. When they hit a really cool deal, I will snag them, and that's Deathloop. I will get to Deathloop at some point, but it comes at a really bad date for me. I'm playing a lot of stuff. So I'll get to Deathloop just when, like, Deathloop will probably be at, like, it's like my sixth man. It's off the bench. Like, whenever I hit a gaming lull, I'm going to be looking for a cheap copy of Deathloop. Fatal Frame. I just want to own a copy of it in beautiful 4K. I hope that the port is good. If it's good, I will grab an Xbox copy of it somewhere. I wish it was physical. Tales of Arise just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just visually looks awesome. It's got that Scarlet Nexus drive. It's like, God, that's going to look good on my TV.
Yeah.
I have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. Don't care. But like at some point, I want to see it. Yeah. And maybe I like it. Who knows? I like trying new stuff. The Tales of Arise would be something I'd be really excited if it came to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would really like
just like Scarlet Nexus.
Yep. And then NBA 2K22. I love the NBA, so I'm always kind of on the lookout for those games every while.
Yeah, the way you were describing this has me thinking like this is the tier that these are the games that I will gladly welcome into my backlog for for some sort of discounted price or convenience. And those are Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, Metroid Dread, Fatal Frame, Life is Strange, Tales of Arise, NHL 22, FIFA 22, and Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Nice. Diablo 2 Resurrected kicks off my D tier.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple D plus games. My D plus games are Diablo and Dark Pictures.
Yeah.
If they're good, like you were telling me, like maybe this Diablo 2 isn't as good as Diablo 3 from a console player's perspective. I was expecting that would be. If it's good and the reviews are good and I have an interest, I will pick these up cheaper somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
The rest of the games in my D tier, NHL, Jurassic World, Shin Megami, Lego, Riders Republic. Riders Republic is like that's the captain of the D tier.
Damn.
I have no interest at all in playing this game.
Even more than like Skatebird? Skatebird.
Like I wouldn't add these to my libraries if they were free.
Oh my God. That's like you need like a D-.
If it was games with gold, I'd be like, no. I'm not that type. Are you one of the folks that just you add whatever you can?
Mostly, yeah.
So I'm a game share partner with Kevin, and Kevin, he'll add anything that's free. And it's like, I don't even want that in my library because years later I have to shuffle through that.
I will say, we get emails every week from ID at Xbox. We get every ID at Xbox that comes out. We get a code for it. And we don't redeem every code. So at least there's that.
I can fill my library with the stuff that I don't want to see.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that I like keeping my shelf still somewhat organized with stuff that I'm interested in. I just don't want it just because I can.
The thing is, and it's related to the ID at Xbox list, is sometimes you don't know what the game is when it's offered to you. Like sometimes you just don't know, and so you like to not redeem it based on something you don't really know, and then to find out later, it's like, that's
when I would research it first.
Yeah,
it's like, well, let's look into it. Is this something I might want to play?
Yeah,
because then if not, then I'm not going to redeem.
I just feel like so often it's like, I've been playing this game and it was free with Games with Gold like 2 years ago.
I haven't redeemed a Games with Gold game in so damn long.
Maybe Games with Gold is a bad example.
That's why I do not. I don't even cover it on the Empire. I'm so proud of it. Like I tell them, don't even. Who cares? Nobody cares. It's not news. Move on.
Actually, now that you say that, maybe I don't redeem the Games with Gold. Like PlayStation Plus, I redeem.
Yeah, because they're good.
They're actually good games. Yeah.
And it's not a Games with Gold thing. Like, there's Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It's like they're, yeah, exactly. I'm not just going to add it just because I can. Get rid of that mess.
Yeah. My D tier is Call of Duty Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Hang on. You know what that reminds me of? It's like if you ever just add a bunch of friends because you just like find people online, you just know them. So you just add a bunch of friends.
Yes.
And then you end up having like a friends list of full you don't even know.
That's
what it's like if you just keep adding everything. I did too. And I had to go through and weed, and it took me forever. I spent 2 hours like combing it down.
My PSN was read on Podcast Beyond, and I had 1,000 friend requests come in, and yes, I did add every single one of those people. And then years later, I whittled that.
Pay for that later.
It took me weeks to do.
That's what it's like. If you
carve out time.
If you claim every Game Pass game with gold, you pay for it later on when you're I can't find what I'm looking for because there's 100 tiles in here that I do not care about.
Yeah, close, Dev. We didn't have the C in the name, but yes, very vulgar. Do I need to run down the names I'm pooping on? Call of Duty, Jurassic World, Shin Megami Tensei, The Caligula Effect, Kenna, Battlefield, Death Stranding, Director's Cut, Age of Empires 4, Final Fantasy 14, Lost Judgment, Danganronpa, Lego, Marvel Superheroes, Ni no Kuni 2, The Dark Pictures Anthology, Deathloop, NBA 2K22, Skatebird, Sable, Grand Theft Auto 4. Some of those feel hurtful to say out loud, to be honest with you. It feels like I should not have games like NBA 2K22 or what was it, GTA. I feel like I should.
I have no regrets.
Okay. I think for the most part, this is like my purchasing plan. I really like this. Like, I like that we went through this. You got the no regrets. Why do you guys have PlayStation games on here? Yeah,
there's no PlayStation games coming out this fall.
It says, why do you guys even have the PlayStation games on here?
Because I'm excited for Kenna.
Like, you're not allowed to play PlayStation games?
I'm very excited. It's in my A tier. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What game is he? What game is there? A specific game?
Deathloop.
I don't get it. Deathloop. I guess I'm excited for Deathloop. It's in my C tier.
You're giving him exactly what he wants right now.
Oh, okay. Give him attention. Yeah. So I actually really like my tier list. If you're looking at it, I'm getting, especially if you count the Artful Escape, I'm definitely getting, let's see here, it's 5, 10, 13, 17 games. 18.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. So multiply
18
this by
games 80. In 3 months. Is this 4 months? September, October, November,
September, October. Yeah. Holy crap.
That's too many games in 4 months.
Probably.
And I'm not even including my C tier that I might get at some point.
Yeah.
That's too many games. That's why I started canceling pre-orders, because I started doing this about a week ago. I was like, there's no way.
When I've been looking, like, some of the games I've got on my A tier, like 2 of them, WarioWare and Mario Party, are not like straight play the game for 40 hours. Like, I'm not going to play it like I play like a Far Cry. It's
multiplayer, casual type.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. Dying Light is that kind of game. Pokemon and Far Cry are the games I'm going to be like, I'm going straight through. And actually, those are 1 month apart from each other, just about. Far Cry, then Pokemon, then Dying Light.
Lines up really, really well.
Same.
I get Far Cry, gets me to Forza, gets me to Pokemon, gets me to Dying Light.
This was fun. This was super fun. I think we should do this more often. And
the Grand Theft Auto one, you did give me pause. Because you're right, like I may buy it and not even play it right away because I'm playing other things.
Yeah, that's a it's maybe C- for me, but
I'm absolutely gonna play it, and I will buy it. I'll buy it immediately, even if I'm not playing it. So that's why I'm giving it a little nudge up, because if it wasn't for the date, I'd be playing it right away. But yeah, I'll probably save that for maybe Christmas break or something.
This is kind of like people are commenting in the chat. It's kind of like the Nintendo game list, and people circle it with green or yellow or whatever. Kind of like that. I'm glad we did it. Now, does it answer the question, or does it counter Brian Altano's original point that this year is light? Does this prove that it's not?
I think it does. A crazy thing to say the first time. I was like, that's insane.
You even more so, like your list, S, A, and B are way heavier weighted than mine, which we are not able to show both at the same time here. But yeah, I'm lighter. Mine kind of flare out at the bottom, where you're all in on this, man. Like, put a dollar figure on this. You're like hundreds of dollars into video games this fall.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we can do that. Hang on a second.
Because my S tier is,
I don't know the price
of
every single game, but we can assume that most of them are 60.
Yeah, give or take 60.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Life is Strange 60? It's 50.
Yeah.
40?
That's a good question. I'd say 40.
Let's skip that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we'll say 13 because of Game Pass. $780.
My God. Although I'm counting mine in Canadian, I'm somewhere around 500, 550, somewhere around there.
Ryan says Life is Strange is 60, so add 60 to it.
So there you go. Yeah. So many games this fall. That was the point of the episode. The point of this exercise was that if anybody's ever feeling, this happens every year, Donnie and I have talked about this, if anybody ever feels like, oh, this year's kind of late, and it's like, in what world is this light?
You know what I think it stems from? I think this has happened every year. I think this happens every year. We always go into a year assuming that we know everything that's coming, and then every year a quarter or a half of those things get delayed into the next year. So it always feels lighter than what you were expecting.
Right. No, that's a good way to put it.
I think there's people that are like, Breath of the Wild was supposed to be here this fall.
Right.
So it feels lighter than that. But there's nothing light about this fall compared to most falls.
Yeah.
And this fall compared to last fall is giant, but even this fall compared to most falls, more than other falls.
This is
just taking these 4 months. Yeah. These 4 months are better than most of those 4 months.
Is it possible to do this retroactively? Could we do September through December 2020 and rank those games. I don't know if it's possible because we would have played these games like this. We haven't played any of these games. It would be retroactively doing it. So
I think what would be more interesting is we do this and then we revisit it 6 months later and we
go,
how did this work out?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Like, would you move this up or down? Like, how did this go?
Maybe, I don't know. Could be the future of the show.
Maybe Deathloop is like S tier. It's like I was really down on that one once I got my hands on it.
It's like the better version of like predictions, honestly, of like E3 predictions or like what you think is going to come out or get announced within a year or something like that. It's like, how about we just do? I mean, some people do like the fantasy like game, like they
kind of the same.
Kind of my similar idea.
But you're really that one. You're guessing what critics think.
Metacritic,
versus what you think.
Which I don't know. To me, that's like way better, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that's all we talk about anyways, really. We never really when you're commenting on games on your shows, you're not like the critics said all of this.
I retweeted a bunch of No More Heroes reviews for I didn't read any. I don't read reviews. I don't care what the Metacritic is. So I don't really do the review thing anymore. So it doesn't matter to me. I do like your review. I like the tier rankings. I was thinking like this is a really good way of doing like the Game of the Year chat.
Oh yeah, totally.
You could just throw them all in a hopper, and like it really helps me, because like Forza, like establishing, because right now this is all hype. Like we could call this "Eat the Hype's hype rankings," and like Forza Horizon has all the hype, and like just throwing that at the top really helps me line everything else below it. Yeah. So like if I was going to do my Game of the Year rankings, like this is a really great way of doing it. It's like
by all categories too.
That hype game, like this is the hype.
Yeah.
How does everything else fit and compare?
You shouldn't have said that publicly because now everybody's going to take that idea. That's Game of the Year tier. It's a great idea.
Take it. We can do it together.
I think we will do it together. I like it. This is now can we just like fast forward a little bit? What's the first game on your list? Because like we're not just going to shut the show down. Life is Strange is the next one. Look at that. Son of a gun. And that's your A tier. Okay, what about me?
It's like a bunch of games coming out like in 2 weeks.
WarioWare is my first game.
WarioWare, NBA 2K's out that week. There's a ton of stuff. It's all coming out that week.
Yeah, Ryan says we're officially stealing that idea. I could see us doing some combined stuff. I could see it. Maybe it's just on Patreon. Who knows?
Sure.
Yeah, WarioWare's me September 10th. And then what does that week look like for me? I'm okay, actually. Back 4 Blood is a couple days after that. Oh, no. Yeah, that's okay. And then Sonic... Sonic is September 7th.
I like my B tier is like my Black Friday tier. Like the alliteration like works. This is my Black Friday tier. And I like the ones that I've got here. I bet I can get every one of these games for half off.
Yeah, I probably should think. It's funny because I wasn't thinking that when I made the tier, but that also feels really good. Back 4 Blood will get for Game Pass. Sonic would be great on Black Friday. Super Monkey Ball also would be very good.
I'm gonna make bones on getting Sonic half off.
Yeah, Riders Republic as well. Ooh,
I bet there's I bet I get like a buy 2 get 1 deal on 3 of these games. I'm gonna get like Wario, Monkey Ball, and Sonic for like $80.
Yeah,
like all 3 of them.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The Donnie special bundle. I like it.
I also be hunting those. Usually, for the last 2 or 3 years, Xbox has done the buy 1 month of Game Pass, get 2 free.
I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out until I think August of 2024.
Sean, I got 10
like I'm good
in an Excel sheet.
Yeah,
that I haven't even claimed yet.
Still more. Same here.
And I'm gonna keep. If they're gonna keep selling them at a discount, I'm gonna keep adding them because I'm just future proofing. That's all I'm doing is enhancing my investment.
We have one we still have to give away for people to subscribe at youtube.com/Yumi Capri. By the way, we hit 500 subs. We're giving away a year of that. I think I still have.
Nice.
I don't even want to say how much, man. But I still have a couple codes in this Jenga set behind me. So, people should pay attention to that. Or also, maybe
I saw on Twitter you got an awesome
Psychonauts, dude. Yes, I should have grabbed it. Yes, there are some Game Pass in there. I don't know how long they are, but it was like this cool. It was almost like a puzzle. Yeah, to put on like this.
Kato, I think Wario is an absolute game that you should look on for a discount on Black Friday. Probably it's $50, right?
I think so. I don't imagine Nintendo games ever getting discounted, but maybe that is one of them.
Black Friday. They do Black Friday discounts. It's usually like older games and stuff. I think Wario probably had for $39.99 on Black Friday.
The Jenga set gives me nightmares, says Kato. I tried to give Kato a bunch of codes off, and it just wasn't You couldn't snag them.
I bet I get Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors on Black Friday might be $25. I could see that.
See, that's the thing.
It's gonna fall fast. That one's gonna fall fast.
If you're ever just gonna be smart about it, like right now, I'm kind of like putting these games up. Like I just want to play it, but if I'm actually being smart about it, I would probably wait for like 90% of these to go on sale. But like part of it is the podcasting part of it.
Too hard.
Maybe not 90. Maybe not 90. But
too much.
Sure.
I'm not waiting on Metroid. I'm not waiting on Kena.
I'm absolutely waiting on Metroid.
But like Super Monkey Ball, that game's gonna have hype. Super Monkey Ball is gonna have hype for 8 hours, and then it'll never be.
I know, like that is. I'm
gonna pick Super Monkey Ball for Black Friday for $19.99.
And actually, Riders Republic is like the Ubisoft is the worst of all of them. But like they'll get you to buy a game day.
You're gonna get Riders Republic 8 days after release for $35.
Honestly, yeah,
right after.
I mean, again, I think I said it.
Call of Duty. Although they've been a little tighter with their sales lately, but if I wait till
Call of Duty, you get on sale. Maybe
I could probably get Call of Duty in January for like $40.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD has gone sale? It's super cheap. Yeah.
See, the interesting thing is, I don't think if I wait on, all right. So my S tier, I wouldn't even wait on. Life is Strange is close to that, right? Like I'm not gonna wait on Life is Strange for narrative reasons. The other games though, like I'm actually privileged in a way. Kevin's gonna get Kena, so I don't even have to buy it.
Yeah.
But like if I had to buy Kena, that's one I could probably wait on, maybe. But Metroid Dread, Halo's Game Pass, that didn't count. Metroid Dread, Grand Theft Auto 5, Mario Party, and Advance Wars. Waiting on those aren't gonna save you any money.
Right. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't expect them to go discount. Maybe that's what people are thinking with Wario. I think with Wario coming out in September, I think come Black Friday you can expect a discount on that one.
I feel like that's what I want to play in a couple of weeks. Like that seems to just break the cycle. Like it kicks things off for me. Like that's my game. I don't know
right there with Life is Strange. I cannot wait to sit down, put my blanket in my chair, and get all my Life is Strange going.
Yeah, just kind of like looking at this going, like I thought September was going to be busier for me, but I think that really is it. WarioWare and then Mario Party is September for S or A tier. B tier is Black Friday, maybe, for Sonic Colors.
Life is Strange, Kena, and Sable. You have any plans on getting any new additional hardware in shopping season?
That's a good question. Ryan snagged a Halo Edition Series X.
Trying to find one for Jack. I cannot. There's not a pre-order out there.
I don't know. I don't need anything. Like this is definitely the mindset I'm in right now. Is I don't need anything at all.
It's video games. Nobody needs anything.
I know. And for whatever reason, that seems to be just like leaning more in my mind, more years than before. I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Like Jason Lacey just picked up his graphics card, and I'm like, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty.
Okay,
nice.
So graphics card maybe.
But probably
if I can get Jack the Halo one. He wants the Halo thing, so I'm trying to see if I can make that work. If not, then I might get the Pokemon Switch.
It's probably more on controllers, on the controller side. Probably the Forza one.
I'm getting the Forza
probably
thing.
the one.
And then I'm getting the OLED.
Yeah, I haven't been swayed just yet on getting the OLED. I wish they did OLED on the damn light. I mean, I've said this before. Maybe that Pokemon light is pretty sweet too.
I would have liked to play No More Heroes on the OLED.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
Just with all its jankiness, just in perfect color.
Yeah, but there is a lot of cool effects that would have been really cool.
Brian Turfer says, if it makes you feel better, I also am getting the SWOLED because I'm a crazy person. I mean, you guys are all...
Because it looks great.
Bland is getting it as well. Kato's getting it. Yeah.
It's going to be... I think when the side-by-sides come out, people are going to be like, it's better than I thought.
What can I say? Fake Nintendo fan. Not buying the SWOLED.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think it's mandatory.
Bland's not getting it.
I don't think it's mandatory.
I don't think so either. No,
but I do think it. But I think it'll be a marketable improvement. I think the folks that are like it's not mandatory because it's not good enough. I don't think that it's not good enough rings as much as it's not mandatory. I don't think people should be like I have to get it to keep up.
Sure.
But I do think it's going to be a marketably difference.
I could see us upgrading our TV on the main floor. Was it last year? Yeah, I guess it was just last year when the Series X came out. We changed over from our plasmas down here to the NanoCell LG. So we've got two 55-inch TVs side by side. So when you ask about hardware, maybe a TV. I could really see us going like 60, 70 inches on the main floor. In which case, I might be looking at what console do I also want plugged up there. Like, is it already the time where I've got 2 Series X's, or do I just wire it and I can just like walk it back and forth? That's probably the best place that I should be.
So you're thinking it's second Series X. I was thinking PlayStation 5 finally.
No,
you've still no interest at all.
Not really. No. Okay. It is gigantic, Donnie. Have you looked at that thing?
I have one.
It is. I know you have. It is massive.
It's like half. It makes my TV small. That's how big it is. When I take photos of my TV, they're like, "How small is your TV?" It's like, it's a 49-inch TV.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how damn big the PlayStation 5 is. It makes a 49-inch TV look like a 32-inch TV.
And I like to rag on it for those reasons, but the biggest reason is, and one of the probably the reason I wouldn't get a graphics card this year is I don't need another platform to not have time to play the games on. Like, I would like to play games on PC.
I like your stance on this.
But yeah, like I don't know.
I gotta play Horizon.
Yeah.
I gotta play Horizon and God of War.
Yeah. I like what I'm liking though is what I'm finding now without a PlayStation kind of as part of my rotation right now, my PlayStation rotation, is I'm beating games. Like I really am. Like I'm kind of getting through the stuff. So not a huge amount, not like a Ryan Turford type of thing, but I'm playing a game like Scarlet Nexus and Skyward Sword are a couple recent examples. I will beat Psychonauts, although that's not the most giant game of all time. I'll be getting through that. So I'm liking that I'm not distracted as much as I feel like I used to be.
Yeah. No, so, I wanted to be there with you.
And from a family perspective, a TV makes more sense for us than...
I'm a weak man.
Chelsea, if we're going to get a PlayStation, it's because Chelsea decides it. Like if she might just go like, no, I want it. And I'll be happy to make sure that happens kind of thing. I apparently being replaced on all my podcasts in the chat right now. Oh, and then I'm reinstated. That's hilarious.
I saw that they were going. I didn't have a chance to... I was paying attention to you, so I didn't have a chance to follow what was happening.
I'm sort of just in my peripheral there. So, but I do feel like, speaking of OLED, if we are to get a different TV, I might go OLED for a larger screen, maybe a 60-inch something. So I'll be hitting up because we got 55 there now.
You see those really big displays, like an 85-inch TV. You're like,
I know
this is nice.
My parents have a 70-inch. It's not like the craziest quality, but it's just giant. I'm like, that is really awesome. Like I do want to see that from across the street.
I kind of want one.
I do too. So yeah, and the kids are getting older now too, so I don't have to be quite so silent on the main floor. They sleep upstairs. So if I had, a big TV, it could change everything. I could have a big TV on the main floor, sitting on my couch, and a headset, so I'm not making any noise, and just play like Series X or something on a gigantic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw Linus. He did that like 90-inch TV video or whatever. And I was
Good God.
That looks awesome. It's like the size of a wall.
Yeah.
Just like, this is incredible.
I know. And I know Dev is against, buying TVs or displays on Black Friday. I don't have a problem with it. He's of the mind that you get worse quality displays. Apparently, like they have special models.
They do. Suck. Yeah, they do. They go through special manufacturing to try and lower the price. But it's usually like the doorbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Like really, like what you're thinking about, I don't think qualifies.
I agree. Yeah.
Like you're going to be spending like $15.
I'm looking like a TLC TV.
Yeah.
Like I've still got a decent brand behind it.
Yeah.
So which I have to look into that.
Fun times.
My brother bought an OLED. He bought a Sony OLED last year because he was getting his PS5. And it doesn't do all the things. It's amazing how it doesn't do 120 frames. Apparently, they're going to upgrade it with some firmware or something. It's like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How do they launch that at the same time?
Not cool.
And I feel so bad for him because he spent a lot of money on it, and now it's too late. And he just kind of has to hope for a firmware update to happen. So, yeah.
Sell it. Eat your loss now while you can. Get what you want.
Yeah.
I hate I've learned that lesson. Like definitely get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm cheap and I like finding a deal, but not for something I don't want.
Well, he ran into the whole like, what HDMI cable do I need? Like all of that. Like if you're buying TVs and consoles over the last like forever, you really haven't had to think about any of that stuff. Yeah, and for this one, he really like learned the hard way.
I remember me and Dev. It took us a while to find the NanoCell. Like we searched for the NanoCell for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it was weird because he would send me one and then we would have to go to like the manufacturer's page to try and confirm if it, like, does it have a real HDR? Is it like fake HDR? Does it have a real VRR or is this like a marketing blurb? What the hell is True Motion? What does that mean?
Totally.
Like, there's so much to wade through.
Especially if you were to, man, it's worse on computer monitors. Way worse. It's just terrible.
It was so hard. That's why I'm so happy that I solicited his help, because I was like, I need the cheapest TV that does everything.
Yeah.
Like that was the goal. I need the cheapest TV that hits all the boxes. Like I don't want to skimp out. I don't want the cheapest TV.
Yeah, those are good boxes to check off.
I want the cheapest TV that does all the things that I'm looking for.
I'm so happy with that. And I was buying 2 of them. Like that was.
We landed on the NanoCell. That's the thing we could find. And I think even since then, I don't think there's a better TV for the price.
Which one did Elaine get? She also got an LG. Is it the CX?
She got the CX, which is like that's the really big one. That's the
is
model.
It? Is
it's a good model. She spent like 3 times what I spent.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's a so much more expensive TV.
That engineer cash. Holy cow.
But it's a lot of the same things. I think it's a little brighter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better, but it does a lot of the same things. It's the same UI. It's the same menus and everything.
Yeah.
It's the same like kind of setup.
What about you? New hardware this fall holiday.
The season. OLED, and if I can Nintendo. Find so I made a deal. If you didn't listen to Empire, I made a deal with Jack. He wants this Xbox. He wants this Halo box.
Oh yes.
And for as much as I yelled at the world about Halo hype, like I'm still trying to find one of these consoles. So it's expensive. It's an expensive, gift. So I told him, I said, look, if, he previously wanted the Pokemon Lite, and he was willing to sell or trade in his Lite to get the Pokemon Lite. He has a custom Atomic Purple Lite.
Yeah.
So I said, if you're willing to get rid of your Lite, and maybe he has an Elite controller, probably your Elite controller, and it's going to be your birthday present.
Oh,
because it's a lot of money.
My was actually more of my own. Sorry, I'm thinking about my own plans here. I might sell my Elite. I might sell my Elite, my Xbox controller, because I think I really want that Switch Lite, the new Pokemon one. Yeah, because I already have one, and I'm not willing to get rid of it.
One's really nice.
I'm more willing to get rid of my Elite Series 2 controller than I am my Switch.
That's Pokemon an easy swap in and out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
So that's what I told him. I was like, look, if you really want it, Dad will try to find it. I was like, but here's what it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost you Lite. It's going to cost your controller, and it's going to be your birthday present.
Yeah.
And he was like, I really want the Halo box. Like, he's so into Halo right now.
Yeah, I love it.
Like that conversation we were having, you were talking about his Halo Ghoul
Yeah.
Like, he and his friends, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just us, or if it's a thing happening with kids, I don't have a sample. But Jack and his, like, little 4 friends, they are super into Halo.
That's so cool.
So he really wants this Halo box. So I'm trying to, but they were gone by the time he told me. So I'm hoping I see pre-orders re-go soon. I don't think Best Buy ever did, and that's where I prefer to go.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find one. So if I can find one, I will do that, and then I'll have some things to sell.
Man, I need like a Halo concert or something to like come on through town. You know, they used to do like the symphony things.
Yeah.
Like a little, like I need something in addition to the game, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like Pokemon does this obviously really well. There's a lot of like Scott Pilgrim is obviously top of mind for me right now because I'm going through all that stuff. Like I want to just like dive in and obsess. Like it seems like they're just giving us a game, and wouldn't it be awesome? Like they did, they remember they did the podcast before Halo 5, Hunt the Truth. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
I remember that. I didn't listen to it, but they did. I was going to say they did the podcast. There was that podcast that came out last year for Last of Us that I got crazy into.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That sounds awesome.
It was official, like Naughty Dog. Officially, they had like Neil Druckmann on it and stuff like that. Yeah, it was really really cool. I even asked them if I could buy like a physical version of the podcast, like to put on my shelf.
Yeah,
they never released it, but I was kind of into it.
Interesting.
So I know what you're talking about.
It up right now.
It would be cool to have.
The World of The Last of Us. Is that what it is? There's a lot of The Last of Us. Apparently.
I'm not sure. I'd have to jump into my podcast.
Podcast for The Last of Us franchise, including the HBO TV series and the Naughty Dog. Is probably still just fan stuff. Okay, well, I'll look at another point in time.
The official Last of Us podcast is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes it easy.
It's a great listen.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, just for it to be like a gigantic deal. Like Halo 3's launch was ridiculous, and to your point earlier, like just really quiet on the Halo front. Like I want to see like everywhere. I want to see it just like completely take over. But it feels like that blitz marketing doesn't really happen at all anymore. Like it happens in other ways. Like you see it like
harder now.
Ads following you around.
It's not as organic or grassroots as it was before.
Well, it's so expensive too. Like on top of the game itself that you're already making.
I just feel like earlier in the internet days, like marketing reached further because you needed to, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't people weren't so connected to us now. Like now you can get so much done with a tweet.
Right, but you could also, like maybe 10, 15 years ago, you could do like 5 big marketing pushes and you cover like 90% of the audience, right? But we're all split into so many different places. Like we're all hanging out in different places. Some people are on YouTube.
I do think it's harder now. It's harder
to have like a giant blanket campaign. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude!
And like those events, I don't think like we're used to like these events, like these midnight launches, these people in lines, take photo ops. Like stuff doesn't really happen anymore.
Yeah,
like the world's changed. We don't do that anymore. That's unnecessary.
We had it
too good. They still do it, but it's just not as like that photo op.
Yeah,
doesn't mean as much as it used to.
Right.
We're like, well, I'm glad you stayed up till midnight in New York City. It was 8 degrees below zero. Like, it's ridiculous.
Now it's like you're looking at those people like, what are you, like, there's a better, easier
you
way, right?
Like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Stupid idiot.
I got Amazon.
That's exactly what we want.
It to me. So
yeah, exactly. But I'll never forget, like I happened to be in New York City when Pokemon X and Y launched. And there was like a wraparound line around blocks and blocks and blocks of New York City, like for people like around Nintendo World in New York. Like that was awesome. It was just like giant Pokemon around, and Street Pass, by the way, like blew up my 3DS. It just like a Mission Impossible thing, just self-destruct.
So I went to the Zelda Symphony here in Atlanta. At the
man, that's what I'm talking about.
That was the best Street Pass gig. Like it was amazing. What I loved about that is obviously I'm not the type of person I think most people would consider going to like a symphony.
Sure.
And the crazy thing about the Zelda thing is there were people that showed up in like full on like 3-piece suits.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
And then there were people like me that showed up in like cargo shorts and like a Zelda shirt. But it was funny. It was like all of those different people, they all had a 3DS. Like we all had a 3DS. It was like people that were there for the opera had a 3DS, and then just us Nintendo fans had a 3DS. It was really fun.
It's like when Metallica plays with the symphony, you just get all of that.
It's just a really weird mix of people. You just get all of them.
Tony Baker was in Japan on the launch of the Switch. Oh my God.
Wow. That must have been really cool.
Awesome. What's up, Spader? I've been to 3 or so Zelda symphonies, and the Street Passes were astronomical.
See, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep. And finally, like any of them, and like whether or not you're really into the series or not, you should really go to these things. Like I regret missing the Final Fantasy one came through. Like you should just go. Honestly, yeah.
I would go to Last of Us Symphony. I would love to see them perform.
It's just the flute guy. What was the flute guy playing? It wasn't for Last of Us,
Gustavo.
Was it?
Yeah,
that was a guitar. Was it Last of Us?
No, it was Ghost. He did the guitar. Yeah,
it was Ghost. Was the flute guy?
Yeah, he had that single string guitar.
Yeah. Good. Well, good to see everybody in the chat, man. We got our plans locked down for our buying, whatever games we're buying day one, stuff we're waiting for. Can't wait to come back to this. I love these little, like, it's almost like a time capsule. You bury this and you pick it up in a couple months.
Yep.
And see what embarrasses you.
Do I have to save mine? Oh, no, I think I have to. We have it on the video.
Yeah, it's kind of just sitting there.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll put it in the Discord.
Save. What does this do? Download the image? Oh.
I'll put it in the Discord.
I'm right behind you. This is very cool. Nice. Well, Donnie, people, if they want to continue to hear Sweet Hangs, they've got to do one of two things, or two things. And that is subscribe at patreon.com/PSVG or patreon.com/Yumi Capri at the $3 plus tier. You get this exclusive content. It will be monthly at each of our Patreons. It's no longer going to be freely available each and every week. We're making a bit of a change. Yep. And I'm excited about it, man. I think it's going to change a little bit of the show. I think it's just going to free up our Sundays a little bit, get us focused on making sure that we're healthy, we're spending time with our families and doing all those things, and people can still expect to hear us on a variety of other podcasts and things like that. But I'm just glad that we came to this point to come together to create the show. It's going to be different in the future, but it's not going away, which I'm really happy about, man.
Same. I'm looking forward to it. I think be a kind of great way for us to like catch up each and every after a couple of weeks, just kind of what we're doing on both of our Patreons, on the gaming front, on the news front. It's a nice fit. I think for what we're doing. Yeah,
I'm also not hearing anybody too upset about it yet either. So that makes sense that this is like it's a paywall, but I don't know. We put a lot into it, and I think if nothing else, you and I align on this so much, and we want to make sure that we're providing a lot of value to the people who support us on our Patreons.
That's why I made a lot of our moves, is to kind of to restructure that offer, that what we're offering over there. So you get on our front, we're doing dollar cinema every month. We're doing DLC strong every style. Month. We're gonna do a strong style every month, and then you kick it off and we end with this. So it's 4 extra podcasts every month, plus any additional stuff that we throw. We usually throw a few things in there, plus early access to play some video games.
Yeah, same here, man. Very cool. We haven't officially announced any of the new stuff coming to the Patreon. This is probably the biggest thing at this moment. The fact that Sweet Hangs is going to be an additional exclusive on ours, but Ryan and I have a couple other things in the works that people can look forward to. But dude, I'm stoked about this. I love our tiers. People can find them in our Discords. Ryan has all these links in our show notes, which I think that's it. This is about as official as a close as possible. I guess I just want to say, if anybody doesn't join us on the Patreon, I just want to say thank you to people who have checked this out, probably have been listening to any of our other shows. But if there are people who've like never heard of Donnie or I, and they happen to find this show first, please follow us on Twitter at Sean Capri for me, at Eat the Hype for Donnie. We have so many other podcasts that we do that are not locked behind a paywall on Patreon. You guys, I think, will enjoy that quite a bit. Tim Alf is double dipping, and I appreciate you. A lot of people are double dipping. A lot of crossover. We appreciate you guys very, very much. I think my kids are going to bed pretty soon here, Donnie.
Yeah, man.
Nice. 3-hour podcast. We did it.
I looked at it. It's really, really long.
Holy crap.
I gotta go eat dinner.
All right. Good call. Well, I've been wearing a hockey jersey for a couple hours. I'm sweating. Silly. All right, man. Folks. Sweet Hangs.